Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part of What If Dragon deck user in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name on my Patreon page. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 31, Stepping into the Ring. Right now in Barian world were the four cloaked figures staring as they see the defeats of some of the people that Jirag had taken over. Fender defeated by Yuma, Devon defeated by Timmy, Carlisle defeated by Tori, Stanley defeated by Shark, and recently Lotus defeated by Rio, and around those 5 attempts only one has been interfered by Timmy as Jirag managed to make ways to keep him from getting involved after the second attempt, but even then the people he blessed with Barian's force were all defeated. This understandably frustrates Duman from the lack of progress on Jirag's mission. I sent Jirag to the human world to take the numbers without Timmy stepping in, starting with Yuma. But right now clearly the task seems to be too much for him. Perhaps it's time I handle things personally. I can defeat Yuma, Tsukumo, Timothy, and anyone else who opposes me, mentioned the yellow-cloaked figure. The power of my dragon will ensure victory. Hold on, I think it's time I step into the ring, the red-cloaked figure mentioned. You are certain you're ready for it, Alito? Duman asked, turning over to him. Of course. Alito answered. I'll KO all of them. Hearing that, Duman nodded. Very well, however I have an additional task for you to perform. Of course, what other task? Alito asked him. Find and bring back our little escapist, and bring her back to Barian world. Duman told him. Right. Alito turned, vanishing in a portal. The yellow-cloaked figure turned to Duman. Are you sure sending Alito is the right course of action, Duman? He's far too impulsive, and cares about himself. Mizar, I know what I'm doing. We need an expert duelist, and Alito is one of our best. Duman explained over to him. His competitive nature will give us an edge against the humans. I hope you're right about this. Mizar noted. Don't worry, the numbers and the girl will be ours soon enough. Duman told him calmly. Meanwhile in the human world, Jirag was sitting by himself in a dark room watching an idol on TV. He is taking a short break right now, sparking some entertainment by himself from all his failures, noting that Duman will send someone to help him out. It wasn't his fault, his pawns that he given Barian's force to were all weak. Or that the people that dueled them are powerful. He never heard of Tori dueling, never seen Rio dueled, or anything like that, but they beaten them. Well, now he needs to focus again after he's done with his break. Our light will never have to dim again. Oh, so she's the singer that people are talking about. Jirag looked love-struck, unaware of something materializing behind him. Singer Scarlet. What a voice, and sweet music. She's really good. I didn't know you're a music guy, Jirag, a calm and collected voice spoke behind him, making him freeze as he turned over, seeing a tanned boy wearing the Heartland Boys School uniform with brown hair was behind him, grinning with hands in his pockets. Then again, you always were lazy when it comes to getting things done. Jirag angrily stood up to tower over the mysterious boy. Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? The tan boy asked, only to look at his hands and blink before noticing his reflection. I forgot we never met in this form before. You asked for it, kid, and you're gonna get it. Jirag cried as he threw a punch, only for the tan boy to smirk and throw his own punch, which diverted Jirag's and stopped just short of his face with a confident grin. A human can't match my moves like that. The big guy was surprised from this, and only knows one person who can do something like that. Alito. That made the boy grin harder. Good to see you again, Jirag. Alito greeted with his grin. After turning on the lights, and having a chance to sit down to chat with each other, Alito went straight to business. And I mean it before, you're real sloppy when it comes to important tasks such as this. Right now, you're watching some idol while snacking when you should be planning. I was taking a break. Jirag weakly defended himself. Well, now you're gonna have to cut it short, Duman warned you he'll send someone if you didn't bring the bacon, and he followed through by sending me. Alito chastised him at this while holding a toothpick holding some fruit. You're taking things much too easy, which is why things aren't progressing, and I'm here to get the mission back on track. Hearing that, Jirag flinched. It isn't as easy as we thought, these humans are tougher than I expected. 'Cause of that pendulum kid, that beaten Vector? I'll admit he be trouble, but he hardly gotten involved in your attempts. Look, it ain't gonna be successful. I taken a pro duelist, someone with comics, and even someone who can force things their way, and they're still beaten. Jirag pointed out to him. Whatever plan you come up with will not be any more successful than any of mine. They will, because all my focus will stick on dueling while you resort to trickery. Alito stated overconfidently. I'll not get so easily distracted, and succeed where you failed. Jirag glared over towards him at this, blinking. This is Alito, one of the best fighters/duelists he ever known. He's weaker as he's human now, but he knows that Alito will be a powerful enemy to the humans. Sure, Alito is a bit too hot-headed, but if Duman sent him, then this should be better, as Alito is quite competitive. Later, Alito was walking by himself eating the fruit snack. Okay, so how am I supposed to start? I can't do much as I'm stuck in this human form. Well, I won't be able to duel to my full strength as of now. He ate the rest, dropping it to the ground as the door beside him opened, and someone ran up, colliding into him. Hey, watch out, he yelled at the person he bumped into, only for his eyes to widen seeing a girl with dark green hair that instantly attracted him. Oops, sorry. The girl, Tori, apologized before offering her hands. Are you okay? Alito, however, looked at her in awe as he imagined her face in place of the sun. Am I dreaming? He asked himself as he stared at Tori in shock from her beauty, while said girl looked confused. Then at another location a while later, Alito was looking down at a bar with spotlights on. Jirag? Said guy was shown from a spotlight eating something sitting beside him. Is love at first sight real? Jirag turned to him in confusion. Because I know it is. Alito sighed happily. It just happened to me. Jirag stared at him with wide eyes and a mouthful of food before doing a spit take. Jirag, I don't know who that girl is, but I'm going to win her heart. Alito grinned, tapping the bar with a finger. I'll use my classic counter strategy. This counter? Jirag asked, not quite getting it. The next day at Heartland Academy. Tori was with her friends Summer and Jen, laughing together in fun, before suddenly a lot of roses were brought in front of her vision, surprising them, as it was Alito in front of her holding the bouquet on one knee, bowing. Oh, aren't you the guy I bumped into yesterday? Tori recalls Alito from her encounter yesterday. I want to say I'm sorry. Alito grinned over. The first step to the strategy is to turn up the heat by countering your first impressing by playing it cool. While Tori tries to say it was her fault she bumped into him, Alito proceeded to say his next line, something shot from above them. Heads down, dudettes. Surprised, they turned where they all duked, turning over seeing Bronk landed behind on a skateboard skating off. Sorry, but it's worth beating him to class. What was that? Alito was quite surprised from that, never experiencing something like it before, shaking his head to focus, turning back to Tori to say his line, only for someone to land on top of him from a jump, knocking the large bouquet of roses from his hands, knocking Alito unconscious with swirled eyes. Watch where you're going. Tori yelled at Yuma. Catch you later, Tori. Yuma mentioned getting up. Hey Bronk, wait up, that was interference. Hey, wait for me. Ray cried, running after him as Astral flew behind them, only to glance back at the boy Yuma landed on. Later in the pool. Everyone was settling and having fun over for pool period, while Tori walked in wearing her one-piece suit of white and pink, smiling only for a voice to call over. Hey Tori. Surprised, she looked up, seeing Alito at the top of the diving board jumping up wearing a pair of blue trunks. How's it going? Tori cupped mouth, chin shocked from this, thinking he's gonna fall, while Alito grinned. The second step is to catch her off guard using the unexpected. Use the scenario to your advantage. Hey, stop, you're gonna fall. Tori's warning came late as Alito purposefully slipped his feet, which made Tori cover her face to not look. Now that I got her attention from the scare, I can catch her vulnerable as I say the line that's for sure gonna knock her on her heels. Alito thought, grinning as he splashed into the water, thinking how the next part will go. How he would say he's distracted by her beauty that it threw him off. So once he surfaced, he got ready to say it only to hear something. Double dive go. Startled he and Tori looked up at Yuma and Ray on the diving board, identical trunks with Ray trapped in a one-arm headlock, clearly scared. Let's go. He jumped off with Ray close to him, with Alito unfortunately in their path, which they splashed on him. Underwater, Yuma was laughing as Alito was knocked out with swirling eyes again, as Ray looked to have been knocked out cold. Later, Tori was walking by herself only for Alito to appear behind her. "Excuse me, Tori," he asked, causing her to turn and see Alito with a feather. "I think you must have dropped this." "Huh, that isn't mine," Tori admitted in confusion. Alito closed his eyes, preparing to give her the perfect compliment and win her over by comparing her to an angel, only to notice Yuma had taken the feather and put it up his nose, making him cry out in shock as Yuma sneezed, much to Tori's frustration. "Yuma, cover your mouth," she snapped. "Sorry." Yuma apologized to her before running off as Ray blinked, running after him. Tori ran off to snap at him more, while Alito stared at the breezing feather, clearly frustrated that his counter strategy failed. All cause of that guy always butting in whenever he gets ready to break Tori's defenses and win her heart. He needs some help against this type of rival, cause he's great at dueling. Romance, on the other hand, isn't something he had much experience with. Back at the same bar, Alito slammed down his glass in frustration over to Jirag. "That kid keeps butting in, Jirag. Before I can make it work, he sabotages me every time. If I can get him out of the way, I can then manage to take that girl's heart for sure." "He sounds like a rival, and if that's the case, you only have one option, Alito." Jirag smirked. "Prove to her that you're better than this other guy by challenging him to a no-holds-barred one-on-one duel. Show her you're a winner and she'll be all yours." "You might have a point, Jirag," Alito noted. "Exactly, your problem is solved." Jirag mentioned putting some food in front of Alito. "Now fuel up for the match." Alito looked in front of him, seeing Jirag placed a bowl of katsudon, which Alito focused, taking a breath. "Right, I will duel that guy and win." He takes the bowl, eagerly chowing down onto it. Meanwhile, at Arclight Manor, it looks like things are proceeding on schedule. Chris spoke to everyone, including his old student Kite, Hart, and Dr. Faker, who are with his brothers, father, Timmy, Anna, and her family in a large room, about the device they will use to travel to Timmy's home dimension. "By my estimates, we should be able to have a functioning portal in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Timmy whispered, only to shudder slightly. "How long was it since you came here?" Kite asked him. "Probably half a year at this point," the young boy admitted, over rubbing his head. "I only hope I can manage to pay my respects to Grandma's grave. You definitely deserve it after the kind of life you went through with your parents," Michael assured him softly. "And you have all of us with you, so they won't take you back even if they try." Timmy nodded, though everyone noticed him shudder at the thought of his parents finding him again. "Don't worry," Kite mentioned, putting a hand on his shoulder. "Nothing's going to happen, we'll all be there to make sure of that, Timmy." "He's right," Anna agreed. "You're safe." Timmy blushed a bit but smiled. "Thanks, that really means a lot." "No prob." Alan grinned over to him. "We will make sure they won't touch you. Probably use Anna's Gustav Max to get the message clear." "Alan, I'm not using my monsters to bully others." Anna frowned over before then shrugging. "But I can use my rocket if they try. You know, speaking of monsters." Thomas spoken up, looking at Anna. "I heard that number you have had taken out Dyson's sphere without stopping its abilities. Never realized monsters being unaffected to effects would also prevent negating attacks from taking effect," Michael admitted before standing up to her. "But Anna, I have a request to ask." "Huh, what is it?" she inquired curiously. "Would you mind dueling me?" Michael asked, which made most of them blink, which he lowered his head, explaining. "Admittedly, I'm the weakest out of my brothers. Even with the power vet Rick's given me, and managing to almost succeed in defeating Yuma with Astral, they still turned it around. And now I'm just sitting here instead of getting better against the Baryons. He looked over to her. So if it's okay with you, I like to duel you to be ready when they make their move. Anna's eyes widened hearing that before she smiled. Okay, that sounds good to me. They stood up before Chris brought up. You know this is a perfect opportunity. They turned to him confused as he stood up walking to Anna pulling out a card. Anna, the Baryons have the advantage onto us with a certain card of theirs. But me, Father, and Dr. Faker had been working on something to even the playing field. He hands it as she curiously takes it, seeing a card with a golden emblem of the Arclight family crests named Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. Rank Up Magic? Like what the Baryons used? Anna blinked, taking the spell only to pause. Shouldn't Michael use this instead of me? Timmy takes a look and widen his eyes. A Rank Up Magic card? Yes. Chris starts to explain how they have the card. We have been developing it so we can have an advantage against Baryon's force. We have yet to test it yet, so this duel will be the perfect opportunity to use it. And I already have a copy of it myself. Michael spoken up for Anna's earlier question. We haven't had a chance to test it yet, but we needed some help of others to test it properly. Astral Force, yes. Hart answered while said girl looked down. So if the Baryons have Baryon's Force, and Astral World has Astral Force, then is that one? Yes, the card that the human world can use. Chris confirmed before looking at Anna. I won't lie, Anna, using Argent Chaos Force could have effects since you never bared one of our crests. It could cause severe pain or something when you use it, but the need to test it is important so we can have an equal footing with Baryon, which is why this duel will help us see what kind of effects we can prepare ourselves for. Anna looked at the card before nodding. Okay, let's duel. Michael nodded as they went outside to start as his duel disc folded together from a feather while an orange tattoo appeared on his left eye while Anna readies over as everyone readies their gazers. Augmented reality vision link established. Let's duel. Dueling theme, Lifelines by I Prevail. Anna, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Michael, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. I'll be going first, that fine with you? Michael asked her, knowing it's common courtesy for ladies first, but the Baryons won't be so kind, so he's emulating they will take the first turn against woman. Anna looked at her hand and nodded. All right. Michael, first turn. Okay, to start. Michael checks over before nodding, figuring his strategy. I summon Chronomally Nebra Disc. Placing the card what rose was a small gem-like disc artifact. Attack position. Chronomally Nebra Disc. Light. Level 4. Machine/effect. ATK, 1800. Def, 1500. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one Chronomally card from your deck to your hand, except Chronomally Nebra Disc. If this card is in the graveyard and all monsters you control are Chronomally monsters, -1 you can special summon this card in defense position. You cannot activate cards or effects during the turn you activate this effect, except Chronomally cards and effects. You can only use one Chronomally Nebra Disc effect per turn, and only once that turn. When this card is summoned, I take a Chronomally card to my hand. Michael adds a card before taking another, showing it. Then I use Chronomally Crystal Skull's effect in my hand. As I have Chronomally monster on the field, I send this card from my hand to the graveyard to add another Chronomally monster to my hand. He sends it, adding a card showing a red golem adding it. And I'm not done cause I use Chronomally technology. Chronomally technology. Normal spell card. Target one Chronomally monster in your graveyard, banish it, then look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, and send the other to the graveyard. You can only activate one Chronomally technology per turn. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this card, except Chronomally monsters. By banishing Crystal Skull from the graveyard, I check my top 2 cards, and add one to my hand while sending the other to the graveyard. Pocketing Crystal Skull's card, Michael checks his top two, showing them as Chronomaly Esperanza Glyph, and Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force before adding the trap, and sending the Rank Up Magic to the graveyard. Huh, why did you send your Rank Up Magic card to the graveyard? Anna asked him. You'll see soon. Michael grinned over. For now, as I used a Chronomaly spell card, I can summon the Aztec Mask Golem I just added. Placing the card what rose was the red golem he had added earlier. Attack position. Chronomaly Aztec Mask Golem. Earth. Level 4. Rock/Effect. ATK 1500. Def 1000. During your turn, if you have activated a Chronomaly spell card previously this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only control one Chronomaly Aztec Mask Golem. I can only control one copy of Aztec Mask Golem on my field. Michael laid the drawback since its ability would be too much if he can summon 3 copies at once. Alright. Anna nodded uncertainly. Now I overlay Aztec Mask Golem and Nebra Disc. Michael called as the 2 rose into the overlay network. With these 2 level 4 Chronomaly monsters, I build the overlay network. Show yourself, number 36. Appear from this time period to bring forth the invincible barrier. XYZ summon. Come out, Chronomaly Chateau Hoyuk. Lowering down was a small grey fortress like Machu Mech, except has a black orb on it surrounded in a blue barrier. On said barrier was a dark blue 36. Defense position. Number 36, Chronomaly Chateau Hoyuk. Light. Rank 4. Machine Effect XYZ. ATK 2000. Def 2500. 2 level 4 Chronomaly monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, change its ATK to 0 until the end of this turn. You contribute 1 Chronomaly monster, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, whose current ATK is different from its original ATK, destroy that target. Oru, 2. A number. Anna frowns seeing that. And in defense position. So Anna can't damage him if she doesn't use Super Dora. Kitesees, knowing this, is a part of Michael's strategy against Anna's very aggressive tactics, which all by means is perfect at countering Anna's high ATK monsters if they can't destroy anything or damage Michael in battle. Battle maybe, but effect is other side. Dr. Faker softly reminded his son as he watches, paying close attention to this match so they learn something. I place 1 card down. You're up. Michael sets a card, finishing his turn. Michael's hand, 3/field, number 36, Chronomaly Chateau Hoyuk, defense position /ORU, 2, 1 set card. Anna first turn. Anna looked at her hand after drawing. Okay, first things first, I'll use the spell Revolving Switchyard. Field Zone. Revolving Switchyard. Field spell card. If a level 10 Earth Machine monsters is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step you can activate this effect, your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Also, you special summon 1 level 4 Earth Machine monster with 1800 or more ATK from your deck, and if you do, it becomes level 10. You can send 1 card from your hand to the GY, add 1 level 10 Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Revolving Switchyard effect per turn, and only once that turn. Then, I'll summon Night Express Knight in attack position, but its attack points drop to 0. Night Express Knight rose up readying on her field. Attack position. Night Express Knight. Earth. Level 10. Machine/effect. ATK, 3000. Def, 3000. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original ATK becomes 0. Night Express Knight, ATK, 0. That triggers the effect of my field spell, letting me summon Lionhearted Locomotive from my deck, and it becomes a level 10 monster. A small train rose up railing beside Night Express Knight before growing in size. Attack position. Lion-Hearted Locomotive. Earth. Level 4. Machine/Effect. ATK 2400. Def 2100. When this card declares an attack, its ATK becomes half its original ATK until the end of the damage step. Lion-Hearted Locomotive, LV, for +6 is equal to 10. So your deck really does work like Chris gimmick. Michael softly smiled as he watches this before grinning. But I won't fall down so easily, Anna. Well, I'm still not done. Since a Earth Machine was special summoned to my field, I can bring out Heavy Freight Train Derricrane from my hand with its attack and defense points cut in half. Anna revealed. Attack position. Heavy Freight Train Derricrane. Earth. Level 10. Machine/Effect. ATK 2800. Def 2000. If an Earth Machine monsters is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, but its original ATK/def become halved. You can only use this effective Heavy Freight Train Derricrane once per turn. If this card is detached from an XYZ monster and sent to the GY to activate that monster's effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Heavy Freight Train Derricrane, ATK 2800/2 equals 1400/def, 2000 divided by 2 is equal to 1000. 3 Level 10s. Heart said in awe. Alan grinned. Yes, this is amazing, ain't she? Now, since every monster I have is an Earth Machine, I can special summon Super Express Bullet Train from my hand. Anna called. Attack position. Super Express Bullet Train. Earth. Level 10. Machine/Effect. ATK 3000. Def 0. Cannot declare an attack unless you send 2 other cards you control to the GY. You can only use each of these effects of Super Express Bullet Train once per turn. If all monsters you control are Earth Machines, -1 you can special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the GY because it was sent there this turn, you can target one machine monster in your GY, except Super Express Bullet Train. Add it to your hand. Now, I'll overlay Super Express Bullet Train with Lion-Hearted Locomotive. 2 of her 4 monsters flew up into the overlay network. From beyond the railway, arriving here and now, alongside the tremors of the earth. XYZ Summon. Appear, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Attack position. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Earth. Rank 10. Machine XYZ Effect. ATK 3000. Def 3000. 2 Level 10 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. Oru 2. And then I'll overlay Heavy Freight Train Derricrane with Night Express Knight in order to XYZ summon my number. The 2 said monsters glowed, shooting into the overlay network. From up and beyond, the railways of heaven round down, trembling the earth. XYZ Summon. Appear, number 81. Rail Train of the Gods, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. Super Dora railed in beside Gustav Max readying. Attack position. Number 81. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. Earth. Rank 10. Machine Effect XYZ. ATK 3200. Def 4000. 2 Level 10 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects, except its own, until the end of this turn. Oru 2. Both her ace and number at turn 1? Thomas asked, shocked. Michael grinned over. I appreciate your giving me no quarter. I'll follow your lead by activating Chronomally Esperanza Glyph. The trap he added from Technology's effect flipped, showing a stone head and a golden plant flying around a stone artifact. Chronomally Esperanza Glyph. Normal trap card. During the main phase, target one XYZ monster card you control or in your GY. Special summon 2 chronomally monsters that are 1 level higher than that monster's rank, from your hand, deck, and/or GY, but negate their effects. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, XYZ summon 1 chronomally XYZ monster using only those 2 monsters. You can only activate 1 chronomally Esperanza glyph per turn. With this, I can take 2 monsters whose levels are 1 level higher than Chateau Huyuk's rank, and summon them with their abilities negated. Michael shows 2 cards with a grin. So I'll bring out Chronomally Akambaro figures, and Chromomally Moai. At that a stone dinosaur figure, and the stone head from the trap appeared. Defense position. Effects negated. Chronomally Akambaro figures. Earth. Level 5. Rock/effect. ATK 1000. Def 1800. If a chronomally monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can discard this card instead. If this card is in your GY, you can pay 1000 LP. Special summon this card, but return it to the hand during the end phase. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except chronomally monsters. You can only use this effect of chronomally Akambaro figures once per turn. Defense position. Effects negated. Chronomally Moai. Earth. Level 5. Rock/effect. ATK 1800. Def 1600. If you control a face-up chronomally monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-up defense position. Then after that I can immediately XYZ summon. Michael finished. What? Anna questioned in shock hearing that. So now I overlay level 5 Akambaro figures, and Moai. Michael raised an arm as the 2 flew into the overlay network. Rain down from your ancient fortress. Ready the cannons to form the impenetrable defense. XYZ summon. Emerge, Chronomally Vimana. What rose behind him was a large golden brown stone-like airship shaped like a palace with cannons around. Defense position. Chronomally Vimana. Light. Rank 5. Machine effect XYZ. ATK 2300. Def 2600. 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, quick effect you can target 1 face-up monster on the field and 1 XYZ monster or chronomally monster in your GY. That monster on the field gains half the ATK of that monster in the GY until the end of this turn, then attach that monster from the GY to this card as material. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect you can detach 2 materials from this card, negate the activation. Oru, 2. Now Michael has matched Anna with 2 XYZ, 1 each a number, and 1 that's not. Timmy said surprised as he sees this. And both are in defense to further stop Anna's moves. No worries, Anna can barrel through those 2. Alan grinned over. I detach one of Gustav Max's overlay units to deal 2000 points of damage. Anna called. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, ORU, 2-1. The cannon aimed over. Michael was ready for that. In that case, I use Vimana's ability. I use 2 overlay units to negate that effect. Vimana takes 2 units forming a barrier that Gustav Max blasted on. Chronomally Vimana, ORU, 2-1-0. I use Super Dora's ability. Anna countered. I use 1 overlay unit to prevent Gustav Max by being affected by any other card this turn. Super Dora takes a unit as something glowed on Gustav Max. Number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, ORU, 2-1. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, unaffected to other card effects. Which means Vimana's effect won't work. The cannon blast pierced past the barrier, striking Michael, who braced himself with a grunt. Michael, 2000/hand, 3. Michael still grinned over to her. Maybe, but you used up that effect now. You can't use it to stop my effects a second time this turn. Anna frowned at that. Well, I can use Gustav Max as material to summon my strongest monster. I rebuild the overlay network with Gustav Max. Her monster flew up into the overlay network again. IXYZ summon, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba. Attack position. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba. Earth. Rank 11. Machine XYZ effect. ATK, 4000. Def, 4000. 3 level 11 monsters. Once per turn, you can also XYZ summon Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba by using one rank 10 Machine XYZ monster you control as material. Transfer its materials to this card. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, it gains 2000 ATK/def. Also for the rest of this turn, you can only declare an attack with this card. During each battle phase, this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of materials it has +1. Battle, Juggernaut Liba attack Chronomally Vimana. Juggernaut Liba ready charging in. Michael was prepared for that. I activate Chateau Hoyuk's special ability. By using an overlay unit, it turns the attack points of a monster on the field to 0 for the rest of the turn. His number takes a unit. Number 36, Chronomally Chateau Hoyuk, ORU, 2-1. What, it can do that? Timmy widened his eyes. Anna. Chateau Hoyuk's orb flew absorbing Juggernaut Liba's power for its own. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba, ORU, 4000 minus 4000 is equal to 0. Anna's eyes widened as Juggernaut Liba fired a blast only for it to bounce off, hitting her instead. Anna, 1400/hand, 1. I can still destroy Hoyuk with Super Dora. Super Dora aimed the blast over firing and destroying Chateau Hoyuk, but as it was in defense, Michael didn't took damage. If it can do that, then makes sense she needed to take it out. Thomas said as he watches this. Still, she has Michael on the ropes now. Mayhaps, but we still haven't seen the power of the card I given him is. Chris told him as he said that. I end my turn. Anna frowned as Juggernaut Liba regained its power. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba, ATK, 0 plus 4000 is equal to 4000. Anna's hand, 1/field. Revolving Switchyard, Field Zone, number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, Attack Position /ORU, 1, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba, Attack Position /ORU, 2. Anna, 1400. Hand, 1. Field, Revolving Switchyard, Field Zone, number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, Attack Position /ORU, 1, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liba, Attack Position /ORU, 2. Michael, 2000. Hand, 3. Field, Chronomally Vimana, Defense Position. Michael's second turn. Well, you certainly hit harder than I thought. Michael grinned over to her. But time to see what I can do now with Argent Chaos Force. That said, he drew. I draw. He looked over before calling. To start, by activate the effect of Akambaro figures in the graveyard. By paying 1000 points, I summon it from the graveyard at the condition it returns to the hand at the end of the turn. At that, raising up was Akambaro figures again. Michael, 1000/hand, 4. And then, as there is a field spell on the field, I can summon Chronomally Tula Guardian from the hand. Placing a card, a large purple golem rose up. Attack position. Chronomally Tula Guardian. Earth. Level 5. Rock/effect. ATK, 1800. Def, 900. If there is a face-up field spell card on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only control one Chronomally Tula Guardian. Anna frowned slightly, seeing the two monsters. Next, I sacrifice Vimana. Michael grinned as his XYZ vanished, surprising them. That way I can tribute summon Chronomally Soul Monolith. Raising was a large tablet with a circle tablet that can spin. Attack position. Chronomally Soul Monolith. Earth. Level 6. Rock/effect. ATK, 600. Def, 600. Once per turn, you can target one Chronomally monster you control, its level becomes 6. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except Chronomally monsters. Here it comes. Thomas smirked. And now I activate Soul Monolith's ability to make Tula Guardian's level the same as Soul Monolith's. Tula Guardian grew readying. Chronomally Tula Guardian, LV, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. And now I overlay level 6 Tula Guardian and Soul Monolith. Michael raised his arm, which the two flew up, entering the overlay network. Descend from the ancient earth. Number 6. From the pressure of creation may you rise to bring ancient civilization to greatness. XYZ summon. Emerge from the earth, chronomally Atlantis. Raising up was a large stone-like monster having a volcano at its right shoulder, a lone yellow eye on its head, lava legs, a hole on its abdomen, and on its silver ring torso was a purple 6. Attack position. Number 6, chronomally Atlantis. Light. Rank 6. Machine effect XYZ. ATK, 2600. Def, 3000. 2 level 6 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. When this card is XYZ summoned, you can target one number monster in your graveyard, equip that target to this card. This card gains ATK equal to half the ATK of that equipped monster. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then send the monster equipped by this effect to the graveyard, have your opponent's life points. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Oru, 2. This is Atlantis? Timmy had seen this from what Astral shown him, and Anna during the party at the World Duel Carnival, and seeing it in person is really shocking to him. It's bigger than he remembered from the vision. Anna stared at the monster in shock. Don't stare for too long. "'Cause, I activate the effect of Argent Chaos Force in the graveyard," Michael told her, swinging his arm. If a rank 5 or higher XYZ monster is summoned to my field, I can, once every duel, add this card back to my hand from the graveyard. Michael shows the card he sent earlier, adding it to his hand. Anna! Timmy cried hearing that. Now time to test. Michael glowed as he raises the card. I activate the spell, Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. Normal spell card. Target one rank 5 or higher XYZ monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, one number C or CXYZ monster that is one rank higher than that monster you control, by using that target as material. This is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. When a rank 5 or higher XYZ monsters is special summoned to your field while this card is in your GY, except during the damage step, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use this effect of Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force once per duel. At that, his bracelet glowed as his crest appeared on it, which he gasped in pain, stumbling on his feet, shuddering in agony. Seeing that, Dr. Faker frowned. The card is still too risky to use in actual combat with the Baryons. Right now, testing it is the only way to see how the effects are. While Chris said this, Michael screamed, enduring the card's effects as Atlantis glowed, entering the overlay network. I rebuild the overlay network with Chronomally Atlantis. Go Chaos XYZ Evolution. The overlay network exploded as a monster materialized. Descend. Chaos number 6. Shatter the limited spacetime continuum, and now, engrave your existence into the whole of creation. Chronomally Chaos Atlantis. Emerging over in Atlantis place was a molten rock/lava titan like Atlantis with 2 volcanoes on its shoulders, and a lava whip on the field. Attack position. Gains extra effect. Number C6, Chronomally Chaos Atlantis. Light. Rank 7. Machine effect XYZ. ATK, 3300. Def, 3300. 3 level 7 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. If you activate any of this card's effects, your opponent takes no further damage this turn. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Equip that target to this card as an equipped spell card whose effect makes this monster gain 1000 ATK. If this card has number 6, Chronomally Atlantis, as an XYZ material, it gains this effect. You can detach 3 XYZ materials from this card and send all number monsters equipped by this card's effect to the graveyard. Min 1, make your opponent's life points 100. Oru, 3. It's huge. Alan cried in shock. Michael breathed a bit from the pain that Argent Chaos Force inflicted onto him. Still he grinned over to Anna. Well, I managed to get past Argent Chaos Force, Anna. Now it's your turn once you get past this turn. Anna frowned but nodded slightly nervously. And now I use Chaos Atlantis ability. It equips with 1 monster on your field. Michael called as Atlantis readied its lava whip, moving it on Super Dora to take it. I use Super Dora's ability. Anna called quickly. Number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, ORU, 1-0. Not this time. Michael takes a card in his hand that he had drawn. I use Forbidden Chalice. Forbidden Chalice. Quick play spell card. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, that target gains 400 ATK, but its effects are negated. This gives Super Dora 400 points, but its abilities are negated. Michael explained to her. Anna's eyes widened at that. Number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, ATK, 3200 plus 400 equals 3600 / effects negated. The whip wrapped on Super Dora, forcing it to be absorbed into one of the volcanoes on one of Atlantis' shoulders. And for every monster it equips with, it gains 1000 points. Number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, equipped to number C6, Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis. Number C6, Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis, ATK, 3300 plus 1000 equals 4300 / equipped with number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. It's more powerful than Juggernaut Liba. Anna cried in shock seeing that. On the positive side of things, when I use either of Chaos Atlantis abilities you can't take any more damage this turn. Michael explained before calling. And now Chaos Atlantis attacked Juggernaut Liba. Chaos Atlantis fired lava from its shoulders at Anna's strongest monster. Anna's eyes widened as her monster shattered, leaving her field empty except for her field spell. And you can have your number back. Michael smiled before calling. 'Cause I activate Chaos Atlantis' other ability. By using 3 overlay units, and sending every number its effect equips to the graveyard, your life points go to 100. Chaos Atlantis takes the units, and loses Super Dora. Number C6, Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis, ATK, 4300, 1000 equals 3300 / ORU, 3-2, 1-0. 100. Kite asked with widened eyes. Chaos Atlantis fired a molten blast from its chest at Anna. She widened her eyes, being blasted back. Anna, 0100 / hand, 1. She landed hard, just barely surviving as she slowly gets up. Are you still able to go on? Michael asked first if she's still gonna continue. Technically, but I don't think I have any hope of winning. Anna admitted. I'll be honest, the only card in my hand is Argent Chaos Force, but I don't have any way to use it right now. All comes down to your draw. Michael said, ending his turn. And as the turn is over, Akambaro figures is added to my hand. The first monster he summoned this turn vanished, which he added to his hand. Michael's hand, 2/field, number C6. Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis, attack position. Anna's second turn. Anna looked at her deck before slowly drawing as her eyes widened. I play Special Schedule. Special Schedule. Normal spell card. Target 1 machine monster in your GY with 3000 or more ATK, special summon that target in defense position. If this set card is sent from the field to the GY, you can target 1 level 10 machine monster in your GY, add that target to your hand. You can only activate 1 special schedule per turn. It brings back Super Dora in defense position. Number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, defense position. Super Dora rose up readying. And now she's able to use Argent Chaos Force. Timmy smiled at that. Well, here goes nothing. I play my own rank-up magic Argent Chaos Force. Anna called, playing the spell before her eyes widened and she started to scream in agony. The card glowed bright as a glow enveloped Anna, forcing her to drop a knee. Anna! Timmy cried, worried. It looks like it causes more damage if it's someone who didn't have the crests before using it. Byron spoke as he watches this. Then we should cancel the duel. Thomas spoke, moving to step in, only for Anna to slowly rose up, which made him blink. Ha! Suddenly Super Dora started to turn orange, flying into the overlay network. What the hell? I rebuild the overlay network with rank 10 Super Dora. Anna groaned. Go! Chaos XYZ Evolution. IXYZ summon, lay the rails that lead to the unending chaos of the future and lead the charge into the unknown. Come forth, Chaos number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gigadora. Attack position. Gains effect. Number C81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gigadora. Earth. Rank 11. Machine XYZ effect. ATK, 3800. Def, 4200. 3 level 11 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. During your main phase, you can detach one material from this card. Inflict 400 damage to your opponent for every machine monster in your GY. If this card has number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, as material, it gains this effect. During either player's turn, you can detach one material from this card. This card gains 1000 ATK until your opponent's end phase. Also, this card is unaffected to other card effects until that end phase. You can only activate each effect of number C81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gigadora, once per turn. Oru, 1. Raising Down was a brown, black armored train machine with 3 large cannons and a turret capable of spinning around with hover fans below it, making it airborne with a large cargo hold, and chaotic energy flowing around it. They all stared in shock before Anna collapsed. Anna! Timmy ran over as the monsters vanished. Anna, 0100. Hand, 0. Field, Revolving Switchyard, Field Zone, number C81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gigadora, Attack Position / Gains Effect / ORU, 1. Michael, 1000. Hand, 2. Field, number C6, Chronomaly Chaos Atlantis, Attack Position. Duel ended with no result. Timmy knelt down, turning Anna to her back. Anna! He pulls her where she's laying on his lap as she looks worried to him while she looks up weakly. Timmy smiled with tears. Anna, you really are amazing, but please don't scare me like that again. She nodded as she closed her eyes, losing consciousness, while Thomas walked over and looked at the card only to blink. She won. What can the chaos number do, Thomas? Byron asked as they walked to him. Well, if it has Super Dora as material, it can use an overlay unit to gain 1000 points and become unaffected by any other card. Thomas answered. But its other effect is the one that would have won the duel. It uses an overlay unit to deal 400 damage for every machine in her graveyard, and she had more than enough to finish off Michael's 2000 life points. 1000, Michael corrected, walking over sighing. I paid 1000 earlier to summon back Akambaro figures with the intention of using it to keep Chaos Atlantis from being destroyed if she overpowers it. He then winced, holding his shoulder. Still, now we know the extent of what Argent Chaos Force can do right now, which should give us some time to work something to minimize the effects. We clearly have work to do. It won't do us much good if the vast majority of our allies pass out from the strain of using the spell. As it stands, only you 3 can use it. Dr. Faker told Christopher, Thomas, and Michael. True, I can't use the spell card myself. Byron noted. And Prime Photon doesn't need it to summon Neo Prime Photon. Kite agreed, saying that. Nor does Shark Drake need it as well alongside Utopia. Still, we best prepare ourselves forward. They all nodded before Alan looked over to Timmy and Anna. Frowning, he turned to them. Can someone help me move Anna in the house so she can rest, please? Sure. Thomas nodded. Meanwhile, Alito is currently waiting at the top of a roof for the guy who keeps stopping him. As part of his strategy, he's gonna corner the guy by leaving a note on Yuma's desk to have him come over for Tori's affections. Running through his classroom, Yuma noticed the note. Huh, meet me on the rooftop to duel for Tori? Ray popped up at that. Huh, who wrote you that, Yuma? Running through his classroom, Yuma noticed the note. Huh, meet me on the rooftop to duel for Tori? Ray popped up at that. Huh, who wrote you that, Yuma? Ah, where did you come from? Yuma cried in shock while Ray chuckled. After a while, Yuma ran up, seeing Alito, who turned around grinning. Good to have you here. Look, you left this saying I'm dueling for Tori. Are you joking? It's not a joke, and I demand an answer. Alito yelled over, pointing at him. If you refuse, then I can be the only one worthy for Tori. Don't know what you're on about, but I'm not one to refuse a duel. While not sure what this is about, Yuma grinned over, readying over. Dual disc go. He and Alito's dual discs ready, and they attach their dual gazers. Dual gazer, let's roll. Augmented reality vision link established. Let's duel. Dueling theme, Future Masters. Yuma, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Alito, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Alito first turn. I'm first, Yuma. Alito grinned before taking a card. I'll start with Batlin Boxer headgeared. At that raising was a blue-skinned boxer with a red helmet and boxing gloves readying. Attack position. Batlin Boxer headgeared. Fire. Level 4. Warrior/effect. ATK 1000. Def 1800. When this card is normal summoned, you can send one Batlin Boxer monster from your deck to the GY. The first time this attack position card would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. And that's bad news for you, cause as I have a Batlin Boxer other than itself, I can summon Sparrer from my hand, but my battle phase is forfeit this turn. Alito added as another boxer with padded arms appeared. Attack position. Batlin Boxer Sparrer. Fire. Level 4. Warrior/effect. ATK 1200. Def 1400. If you control a Batlin Boxer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of this turn. I can't battle anyway, but it's extra bad news for you cause I overlay headgeared and Sparrer to XYZ summon Batlin Boxer led yoke. The two glowed red, entering the overlay network before what emerged was another boxer but looked to be trapped in weight equipment. Attack position. Batlin Boxer led yoke. Fire. Level 4. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK 2200. Def 2000. 2 level 4 Batlin Boxer monsters. If a Batlin Boxer monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead of destroying one of those monsters. If a materials is detached from this card gains 800 ATK. Oru, 2. An XYZ monster on his first turn, be cautious Yuma, he may be under the influence of the Baryons. Astral warned him, appearing beside him an XYZ monster on his first turn, be cautious Yuma, he may be under the influence of the Baryons. Astral warned him. Yuma nodded while unaware to them. Alito's eyes widened, seeing Astral. Wait, that's Astral. Then that would mean this kid. He looked at Yuma before grinning. Well, this gotten more interesting. He sets 2 cards. Your move, Yuma. Alito's hand, 0/field, Batlin Boxer lead yoke, attack position /ORU, 2 set cards. Yuma first turn. Okay then, I draw. Yuma grinned. And to start, since you have a monster but I don't, I can summon Gilligilancer from my hand. Raising was a warrior wielding a spear readying. Attack position. Gilligilancer. Earth. Level 6. Warrior/effect. ATK 2200. Def 800. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During each end phase, you take 500 damage. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. Then next take to the field Gagaga Magician. Yuma summons one of his signatures as it rows readying. Attack position. Gagaga Magician. Dark. Level 4. Spellcaster / effect. ATK 1500. Def 1000. Once per turn, you can declare a level from 1 to 8. This card becomes that level until the end of this turn. You can only control one Gagaga Magician. Cannot be used as a synchro material. And thanks to it, I can change its level from 4 to 6. Yuma added as Gagaga Magician's level changed. Gagaga Magician, LV, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. And now with it I overlay Gagaga Magician and Gilagilancer. Yuma called as the two flew into the overlay network. That way I can build the overlay network, and XYZ summon, Gauntlet Launcher. At that a red warrior monster rose up readying on the field. Attack position. Gauntlet Launcher. Earth. Rank 6. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK 2400. Def 2800. 2 level 6 monsters. You can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Oru 2. Be cautious Yuma. Astral frowned. We have no idea what his monster is capable of. Right. And now Gauntlet Launcher attack led Yoke. Gauntlet Launcher charges in as Alito grinned. I don't think so. Lead Yoke can use an overlay unit to keep itself from being caught in battle. Lead Yoke takes a unit as a part of the equipment cracked. Batlin Boxer Lead Yoke, ORU, 2 to 1. But you're still taking damage. Gauntlet Launcher's attack hit as Alito stumbled. Alito, 3800/hand, 0. But the man is still grinning. While now Lead Yoke's other ability allows it to gain 800 points each time it loses an overlay unit. Lead Yoke snapped free its arm growling. Batlin Boxer Lead Yoke, ATK, 2200 plus 800 is equal to 3000. Yuma grinned back at this calling. In that case plan B. Gauntlet Launcher can use an overlay unit to destroy a monster on your field. I use both. Go! Gauntlet Launcher fired both gauntlets. Gauntlet Launcher, ORU, 2 to 1 and 0. It charged in as Alito grinned again. Not bad Yuma, I use another overlay unit to keep Lead Yoke from getting destroyed. Lead Yoke is protected again from one gauntlet as it broke free from its restraints. Batlin Boxer Lead Yoke, ATK, 3000 plus 800 equals 3800/ORU, 1 to 0. I still have another go. Yuma called as the second gauntlet charged, striking Lead Yoke, triggering a smoke cloud. Did that work? The smoke cleared, showing Lead Yoke is still on the field, which surprised Yuma. But how? Simple. He looked as Alito was shown with an active card on the field. I activated XYZ Reflect before your effect hits. XYZ Reflect. Counter trap card. When a spell card, trap card, or monster effect is activated that targets a face-up XYZ monsters on the field, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it, then inflict 800 damage to your opponent. When you use an effect that targets an XYZ monster, it's negated and destroyed. You also take 800 points of damage. Lead Yoke punched Gauntlet Launcher, destroying it, and sending a shockwave to Yuma, pushing into his back. Yuma, 3200/hand, 4. Yuma! Astral cried, seeing that. Man, he's good. Yuma slowly gets up, grinning, feeling a challenge going on. Okay, I end my turn with these 2 face downs. I have no need to worry. I have Battle Break and 7 tools of the bandit to stop him. Come over Alito, I'm ready. Yuma's hand, 2/field, 2 set cards. Yuma, 3200. Hand, 2. Field, 2 set cards. Alito, 3800. Hand, 0. Field, Batlin Boxer Lead Yoke, attack position /ATK, 3800, 1 set card. Alito second turn. Okay, I draw. Alito grinned, drawing checking. And I'll start with a simple card. Mystical Space Typhoon. Mystical Space Typhoon. Quick play spell card. Target one spell / trap on the field, destroy that target. So I destroy one spell or trap card in play. Yuma widened his eyes as the cyclone charged in, enveloping his left set card, showing 7 tools shattering. Counter trap card. Nice try. Now lead Yoke attack him directly. Lead Yoke charged in with a punch. Yuma grunted before calling. I activate the trap, Battle Break. Battle Break. Normal trap card. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, your opponent can reveal one monster in their hand to negate this card's effect, otherwise destroy the attacking monster, then end the battle phase. When you attack, unless you reveal a monster in your hand, your monster is destroyed, and the battle phase ends. And I don't have a card in my hand. Alito realized, staring at his empty hand as he had used his drawn card just now. That will help you, Yuma, but you're still in a very precarious position. Astral pointed out. But I bet you were hoping that, were you? Yuma and Astral blinked as Alito grinned. My counter strategy is to block your attempts to stop me. Which is why I activate Jolt Counter. A trap flipped. Jolt Counter. Counter trap card. During the battle phase, when a spell / trap card, or monster effect, is activated while you control a Battling Boxer monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. During battle, when a spell, trap, or monster use its effect while a Battling Boxer is on my field, your trap is negated. Alito said as a lightning bolt charged, destroying Battle Break. Nothing is gonna break up this match, and keeping you from being code. Oh man, not good. Yuma panicked. Go lead Yoke, finish this. Lead Yoke charged as Yuma looked shocked before it punched him off as he cried out, landing on his back groaning. Yuma, 0-0-0-0. Hand, 2. Field, nothing. Alito, 3,800. Hand, 0. Field, Battling Boxer, lead Yoke, attack position /ATK, 3,800. Alito wins. And that's how you do it. Alito grinned, removing his dual gazer. Well, he's lucky it wasn't a match for Bari and World. That may change later, but he's certainly interesting. Had Battle Break managed to go through, this would have ended differently. Ah well. Yuma, the door opened as Tori and Ray ran out as said boy slowly gets up. Hey Tori, what you doing here? Yuma asked her, standing up. Sorry Yuma, I didn't mean to blab about the note to Tori, but keeping secrets isn't the Ray way apparently. Ray rubs his head sheepishly. Huh, why are you on the ground, Yuma? Tori asked him. Well, this guy just beat me. And I have something to say. Alito walked over, staring at Yuma, looking stern before then grinning. That was fantastic. They all blinked at that. I thought this be an easy match, which it was, but you had something against me if I didn't stop you. We certainly need to duel again at some point. Yuma stared shocked, over which Alito frowned. What, you don't want another duel? Yuma stared before grinning. Nah, of course I do. I will certainly love a rematch at some point. He then blinked to Alito. Although doesn't this mean you win, Tori, now, as the note said? Alito cleared his throat at that, turning to said girl. Tori blushed a bit at that. Oh, wait, do you think I'm just some prize to be won? I'm a human being, you know. And no, this was just for me to be worthy of you. Ha! He kept on getting in my way when I tried to ask you out, so I was suggested to have this match so I can be worthy of you. Alito answered over to her. Then Yuma blinked, realizing something. Oh wait, hang on. They turned to him, which he now looks understanding. So you think me and Tori are going out with each other like how Timmy and Anna are? Who? Alito asked, surprised, but didn't show at the mention of Timmy before nodding. Yeah, as a girlfriend. Oh no, me and her aren't like that. You aren't? Alito blinked off guard. Yuma shakes his head, waving his hands. No, not like that. She's like a sister to me is all. Besides, I already have Kat. What? Tori asked, shocked from that. Tori, didn't I tell you me and Kat are going out? No, you did not. Tori yelled in annoyance, which Yuma flinched. I'd appreciate it if you would have told me earlier. Sorry. Yuma weakly said, looking down. Well, that settles that. Alito grinned. So, do you want to go out, Tori? Tori looked before she sighed. It's just so sudden right now. I want some time to think before deciding it, okay? She wants some time to think, since not only from all of Alito's attempts making sense now, the note that Ray told her, and now learning that Yuma's already dating when she had her eyes on him for a while is too much for her to understand all at once right now. Oh, well, alright, take as long as you need. Alito mentioned. She nodded as they all walked out, with Astral staring at Alito, feeling something odd with him. Chapter 32, The Friendship Games. Okay, I summon Gagaga Girl. That was Yuma currently dueling someone as said monster rose up readying. It'd been a day since his match with Alito, and now Yuma is at dueling against opponents to get better, and gear for the Baryons or anything else like Alito. He's on a good roll, about to start, only to hear Ray. Yuma. Yuma. Huh, what is it? Yuma frowned. I was starting to get on a roll here. Sorry, Yuma. We got trouble, big trouble. Ray ran in before grabbing his wrist, pulling him with him, while Gagaga Girl looks annoyed before disappearing. Taking Yuma into a classroom, Ray suddenly ducks just as a shoe hits Yuma in the face. Ow. What the heck, Dash? Take that back. Only if you take back calling me a wannabe. Yuma shakes his head, looking, seeing that Kathy and Tori are in a large argument with Caswell, Flip, and Bronk, trying to hold them back from tearing each other apart over. Seeing this, he ran over. Hey guys. They looked to him as he asked. What the heck is going on over here? Why are you all fighting each other? Well, it's sort of because of an idea I had. Ray admitted. Flashback. A cheerleader? Tori asked. Why not? Ray grinned, spreading his arms. A lot of teams have them. I think the Super Secret Number Hunter Investigation Club deserves a cheerleader too. They were all gathered in a classroom together to discuss over Ray's idea of a cheerleader, as he believes that the investigation club needs a cheerleader from all the spins and turns they all went through together. That sounds like a great idea. Bronk grinned. But hold on, who would the cheerleader be? Flip inquired. Ray moved close to Tori with a grin. The only choice would be you, Tori. How, why me? Well, for one thing, you have the most experience with the numbers than all of us, and you're Yuma's girlfriend. Kathy's ears twitched hearing that growling over from this, glaring at Tori, who blinked surprised. Before more can be saved, Ray then recalled. Oh, wait a sec, you aren't his girlfriend, not after that match with Alito yesterday. That's right, besides she's not that good a duelist, she's just a wannabe. Kathy grinned from that. Tori's eyes narrowed as she glared at Kathy for saying that. There's only one girl in the club that can duel, so she has to be the cheerleader. Ray pointed out. That would be me. Kathy grinned as Tori glared. Hey, hold on a minute. How dare you call me a wannabe, you crazy cat girl? Tori spat, causing Kathy to gasp in shock before glaring. Crazy cat girl, she whispered before the two of them started to attack each other. End flashback. So sorry, Yuma, that was my fault. Ray said, guilty. Well, of course, the Ray way failed again. Yuma said, dull-faced, that made Ray frown more before turning to the girls. Now, Tori, why don't we dash? Stay out, Yuma. But girls, I don't think dash. If you don't think, don't talk. Kathy snapped over, still pretty upset like Tori. Yuma sighed, only for a familiar voice to ask behind him. What's going on here? Sounds like you guys are in for an interesting discussion. They looked, seeing who walked in was Rio, smiling. Oh, Rio. Why didn't I think of her? Ray grinned. She's perfect. An amazing duelist and Timmy's second girlfriend. Wait, hang on, Ray dash. No way. They looked at Kathy before Yuma can say anything, with Bronx smitten as usual, who looked offended, pointing over. We need a duelist who can truly prove themselves, not Shark's guppy little sister. Excuse me? Rio questioned, now looking annoyed herself. What did you just call me, you phony feline? Wait, maybe this isn't a good idea after all. I'll tell what isn't, Bronx brain. Flip suddenly brought up, which resulted the big guy looking offended himself. What was that? Bronk questioned. I'll squash you. Bronk, don't. Yuma frowned as the fighting got even worse than before. While the fighting happened, Astral appeared looking concerned as he moved his head away from a book watching over. He knows friends fight from time to time, and things like this rarely happen. He just hopes that it'll end well. At the doorway, Jirag himself was watching. After Alito told him about his experience, Jirag knew he needs to step up his game. So instead of gathering random pawns to break Yuma, this gives him an idea. This is the chance I needed. Meanwhile, you really don't mind Alan? Hart asked. Nah. Can't have Sis be too far ahead of me. Alan grinned over to him. What are you boys talking about? Anna turned over, overhearing them talking. Now Anna and her brother at the Tenjo residence, where Hart requested Alan for something, who accepted. Well, I wanted to make sure I could help, so I asked Alan if we could have a match. Hart admitted. Oh, we haven't seen you duel yet, Alan? Timmy asked Alan, hearing that. Nah, I am probably as good as Sis, or maybe more. Alan said, a little cocky, grinning. Really? Hart asked nervously. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Don't take that so seriously, Hart. Alan likes to say highly about himself. Anna assures over to Hart. Nah, it's true. Alan denied over to her. I'll show ya. He readied his duel disc. Hart looked nervous but activated his. I hope I do okay. This is my first real duel with these. Alan grinned over as they readied while they watch over. You go first? Oh, you can go first. Hart offered. Duel. Dueling theme, Catalyst by Linkin Park. Hart, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Alan, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Alan, first turn. Okay then, first I summon Ruffian Railcar. Alan places a card as a train like Anna's railed beside him. Attack position. Ruffian Railcar. Earth. Level 4. Machine/effect. ATK, 1800. Def, 1000. Once per turn, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. During the end phase, if this card is in the GY because it was sent there this turn, you can add one level 10 Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Ruffian Railcar once per turn. Once every turn. By getting rid of my battle this turn, you take 500 points of damage. Alan grinned as Ruffian Railcar charged at Hart. Hart's eyes widened as he was hit. Hart, 3500/hand, 5. Okay, 2 set cards. Your turn. Alan beckoned Hart with a come over with his hand, grinning. Alan's hand, 2/field, Ruffian Railcar, attack position, 2 set cards. Hart, first turn. Hart drew his card nervously. Okay, I'll start with 1 set card, and then I'll play Hieratic Seal of Supremacy. Hieratic Seal of Supremacy. Normal spell card. Special summon 1 Hieratic monster from your hand. This lets me summon a Hieratic monster from my hand, and I pick my Hieratic Dragon of Su. Attack position. Hieratic Dragon of Su. Light. Level 6. Dragon/effect. ATK, 2200. Def, 1000. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing one Hieratratic monster. Once per turn, you can tribute one Hieratratic monster, except this card, from your hand or your side of the field, to target one spell/trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. When this card is tribute, special summon one dragon-type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and make its ATK in Def 0. Whoa, level 6 already? Alan asked, surprised. Next I summon Hieratratic Dragon of Eset without a tribute, but its attack points drop to 1000. Hart continues uncertainly. Attack position. Hieratratic Dragon of Eset. Light. Level 5. Dragon/effect. ATK, 1900. Def, 1200. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original ATK becomes 1000. Once per turn, you can target one face-up dragon normal monster on the field. The levels of all face-up Hieratratic monsters currently on the field become the level of that monster until the end phase. When this card is tribute, special summon one dragon normal monster from your hand, deck, or GY, and make its ATK/Def 0. Hieratratic Dragon of Eset, ATK, 1000. Now Hart, what are you doing next? Timmy smiled over, giving an assuring smile to his little brother. Now, I'll tribute Eset with Sue to destroy Alan's right set card. Hart answered. Eset vanished as Sue charged energy, firing over blasting where it shows limiter removal. Hart's eyes widened seeing that. Oh, wait, do I get to use Eset's ability? I never figured out, missing the timing. Yeah, you can, as long as you don't activate anything else before. Kite answered to him. Hart nodded. Okay, then I use Eset's ability to summon Watail Dragon from my deck with its attack and defense points dropped to 0. Defense position. Watail Dragon. Light. Level 6. Dragon/normal. ATK, 2500. Def, 1000. Capable of indefinite flight. Attacks by wrapping its body with electricity and ramming into opponents. Important, capturing the Watail Dragon is forbidden by the ancient rules and is a level 6 offense, the minimum sentence for which is imprisonment for no less than 2500 heliocycles. Watail Dragon, ATK, 0/Def, 0. If anything like Anna, less points are made since drawbacks. Alan recalled over his sister's style seeing this. Now, I overlay Watail Dragon and Hieratratic Dragon of Sue. Hart called as his monsters entered the overlay network. I XYZ summon Hieratratic Dragon King of Adam. Attack Positon. Hieratratic Dragon King of Adam. Light. Rank 6. Dragon XYZ effect. ATK, 2400. Def, 2100. 2 level 6 dragon monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, special summon one dragon monster from your deck, and make its ATK/Def 0. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. Oru, 2. Now attack Ruffian Railcar. Adam charged in over before Alan grinned. Alright, I use Construction Train Signal Red's effect in my hand. He reveals a monster card. Ha? Hart asked, hearing that. When you attack, I summon Signal Red, and force your monster to fight it instead. Alan smacked the card as a small train blocker appeared. Attack position. Construction Train Signal Red. Earth. Level 3. Machine/effect. ATK, 1000. Def, 1300. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change the attack target to this card and proceed to damage calculation. This card cannot be destroyed by that battle. And while on the field, it can't be destroyed in battle. Alan added over as Adam attacked Signal Red, forcing Alan a step back with a grin. Alan, 2600/hand, 1. Wait, why didn't you summon your monster in defense position? Hart asked, seeing that. Alan always makes that mistake. He somehow thought Signal Red can only be summoned in attack position with its effect. Hey, I knew that. Well, only remembered. Alan remarked sheepish in response to his sister. I end my turn. Hart finished. Hart's hand, 2/field, Hierotratic Dragon King of Adam, attack position /ORU, 2, 1 set card. Hart, 3500. Hand, 2. Field, Hierotratic Dragon King of Adam, attack position, 1 set card. Alan, 2600. Hand, 1. Field, Ruffian Railcar, attack position, Construction Train Signal Red, attack position, 1 set card. Alan's second turn. Alan drew. Okay, I draw. Alan looked before using his drawn card. Resonance Device. Resonance Device. Normal spell card. Target 2 face-up monsters you control with the same type and attribute, change one of their levels to the current level of the other, until the end phase. By targeting both Construction Train Signal Red and Ruffian Railcar, who both are the same type, and attribute, their levels become the same. Construction Train Signal Red grew a little from that as its level changed. Construction Train Signal Red, LV, 3 + 1 is equal to 4. Hart flinched slightly at that. And now I overlay Construction Train Signal Red and Ruffian Railcar. Alan called as the two flew into the overlay network. That way I build the overlay network. Impregnable Iron Fortress, make the earth tremble violently and charge down the railway crawling with the enemy soldiers. XYZ Summon. Appear, rank 4. Heavy Armored Train Ironwolf. Railing in was a XYZ trains, but unlike Anna's, this isn't giant in size, and has blue-plated armor with a wolf head. Attack position. Heavy Armored Train Ironwolf. Earth. Rank 4. Machine Effect XYZ. ATK, 2200. Def, 2200. 2 level 4 machine type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one machine type monster you control. This turn, it can attack your opponent directly, also other monsters cannot attack. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, by battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can add one level 4 machine type monster from your deck to your hand. Oru, 2. Adam still has more attack points. Hart pointed out. Attack points aren't the goal. Alan grinned over. By using an overlay unit, Ironwolf can ignore your monster to attack directly. Ironwolf takes a unit as it starts warming up. Ironwolf, ORU, 2/1/ can attack directly. I play a trap card. Hart cried quickly. Hierotratic Seal of Reflection. Hierotratic Seal of Reflection. Counter trap card. When a spell/trap card, or monster effect is activated, tribute one Hierotratic monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. I tribute Adam to negate that effect and destroy Ironwolf. Alan blinked as Adam generated a shield over onto Ironwolf, destroying it as Alan grunted. He turned over. Not bad, but are you able to do that again? Huh? Hart asked in confusion. XYZ Reborn activate. Alan called, flipping his face down. XYZ Reborn. Normal trap card. Target one XYZ monster in your GY, special summon it, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. Thanks to this, the monster you just destroyed is back, and with an overlay unit. Ironwolf railed out of the graveyard as XYZ Reborn flew, becoming its overlay unit. Ironwolf, attack position /ORU, 1. Hart's eyes widened as his field was empty. And now Ironwolf attack. Ironwolf charged in at Hart, railing ahead. Hart braced himself but cried out, being hit as he was sent flying back. Hart, 1300/hand, 2. Got ya. Alan grinned over from this. How was that? It was really good. Hart admitted, slowly getting up. Alan, you forgot about Ironwolf's other ability. Anna frowned. What? When Iron Wolf is destroyed, you can add a level 4 machine to your hand. Anna reminded him. Oh, whoops. Alan looked embarrassed, rubbing his head. Looks like your brother also needs practice, does he? Timmy asked with a sweat drop, smiling sheepish. Yeah, he does. Anna sighed before pausing. Oh, you were supposed to spend time with Rio today, right? Timmy blinked hearing that. Huh? Oh right, it almost slipped my mind. If you're gonna have 2 girlfriends, you need to remember who you're gonna be spending with. Kite reminded over to him, which Timmy flinched. I'll head out now. Timmy decided before kissing Anna's cheek when she knelt down. Good luck, Hart, Alan, bye. He ran out. Ah, Timmy, wait. Hart cried before looking at his hand and sighing. I don't know what to do now. Timmy stopped, turning over to Hart. Hart just frowned. There's nothing I can do to turn things around. Let me see. Kite walked to see his hand while motioning Timmy to go ahead, and head to Rio, who nodded, ran out. Hart's only 2 cards were Hieratratic Seal of Banishment and Hieratratic Dragon of Newt. Well now, Hart, your draw will determine what your next move will be. Kite told him before stepping back. Draw, and we will see what next. Alan ended his turn. Alan's hand, 1/field, Heavy Armored Train Ironwolf, attack position /ORU, 1. Hart's second turn. Hart drew his card, seeing it was a copy of Hieratratic Dragon of Nebthit. Now Hart, think carefully for your next move. Dr. Faker said gently to Hart. Hart nodded, only to frown slightly. I don't think I can win the duel. All I can do is set 1 card and summon Hieratratic Dragon of Newt in attack position. Attack position. Hieratratic Dragon of Newt. Light. Level 4. Dragon/effect. ATK, 700. Def, 900. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when this face-up card on the field is targeted by a spell card, trap card, or card effect, special summon 1 dragon-type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and make its ATK and def 0. That's it. Hart's hand, 1/field, Hieratratic Dragon of Newt, attack position, 1 set card. Hart, 1300. Hand, 1. Field, Hieratratic Dragon of Newt, attack position, 1 set card. Alan, 2600. Hand, 1. Field, Heavy Armored Train Ironwolf, attack position /ORU, 1. Alan, third turn. Okay, my go again. Alan drew before calling. And I use Ironwolf's second overlay unit to have it attack you again. His XYZ takes its other unit, readying. Ironwolf, ORU, 1/0. I use Hieratratic Seal of Banishment, tributing Newt to banish Ironwolf this time. Hart called. Hieratratic Seal of Banishment. Normal trap card. Tribute 1 Hieratratic monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls. Banish that target. Ha? Alan asked, surprised, as Ironwolf was lowered down, forced off the field. That's when Hart blinked, seeing his deck glowing. Ha? When Newt is tribute, you can summon a dragon normal monster without its points from your deck. Kite reminded. Newt doesn't have that effect, all it says is, "Oh, Seal of Banishment targets." Hart recalled. I summon Hieratratic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord in defense position. Defense position. Hieratratic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord. Light. Level 8. Dragon/normal. ATK, 0. Def, 0. A mysterious engraved Hieratratic relic. It was thought to be a simple stone, but it was actually infused with the power of a sun-wielding dragon. Eons passed, and the power of the relic grew and grew until it finally shone like the sun itself. Whoa, that's big. Alan trailed off, surprised. But it has no points. Anna reminded him. Alan looks at his hand, and frowns, ending his turn. Alan's hand, 2/field, nothing. Hart, third turn. Hart drew his card nervously. Alan waited as he watches Hart take his turn. Hart drew his card as his eyes widened slightly. I play another copy of E-Set? A second E-Set rose up growling. Hieratic Dragon of E-Set, attack position /ATK, 1000. I use E-Set's ability to target one dragon normal monster and all my hieratic monsters become the level of that monster. I pick Hieratic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord. Hart mentioned. Hieratic Dragon of E-Set, LV, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Wait, rank 8? Alan asked, shocked seeing that. I overlay my two monsters. I XYZ summon Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. Hart called. Attack position. Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. Light. Rank 8. Dragon XYZ effect. ATK, 3000. Def, 2400. 2 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, tribute any number of monsters from your hand and or field, min 1, then destroy an equal number of cards on the field. Oru, 2. Attack? The monster charged as Alan grunted before being hit, crying out, landing. Heart, 1300. Hand, 1. Field, Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis, attack position /ORU, 1. Alan, 0000. Hand, 2. Field, nothing. Hart wins. I won? Hart asked in shock. Yes, you did, Hart. Kite smiled to his brother. It's showing your training is going well. Then again, if Alan hadn't forgotten his ability, he would have won the duel. Anna pointed out with a frown. Alan slowly raised up before he smiled a little. Good game, Hart. This won't be the last time we dueled. Hart smiled. Okay, Alan. With Timmy, he is just arriving at Heartland Academy when school is let out, bell ringing as he waited at the entrance for Rio. He heard yelling as he noticed Yuma looking nervous, and Caswell looking annoyed as Bronk and Flip were yelling at each other while Tori, Kathy, and Rio were giving each other icy glares as Ray was behind them trying to keep them from fighting. He blinked from this, wondering what had happened, before waving over. Hey, Rio. That made everyone look over, seeing him at the entrance waving over with a smile. Huh, oh Timmy, she smiled seeing him. Sorry, it almost slipped my mind, today's your day with me. Timmy apologized with a small smile. Alan and Hart had their first duel together. Oh, how did it go? Rio asked with a smile, walking over to him. I didn't see the whole duel, but looked like Hart and Alan are good duelists. Timmy admitted to her before frowning, concerned. But what was all that about earlier? Did something happen? I'll explain on the way. What did you have in mind for today? Rio asked, taking his hand and walking away from the others quickly. Oh, well, I thought we'd just have some dinner at your place. I mean, if your brother doesn't mind. I don't think he's watching his nutrition. Timmy admitted, over which Rio knows that's true. Shark eats lots of ramen cups while she's at the hospital, which isn't healthy. That makes sense. Rio nodded before smiling. And it sounds nice. So they first head to a store to shop for groceries. While along the way, Timmy waits for her to discuss about earlier. After a while, Rio came back with bags full of groceries. Is that everything what we're having? Timmy asked her. And a few extra things to make sure Reginald eats a balanced diet. Rio confirmed. Timmy nodded as they walked together over to her home. During the walk, Timmy looks over to Rio for her to speak what the issue was back at Heartland Academy. You're staring, she sighed. It's nothing, Timmy, let's just enjoy our time together, okay? Are you sure? You can tell me what was bothering you. Timmy assured her. Rio turned to him. I don't know why, but Yuma's friend Ray was talking about a cheerleader, and apparently it got Tori and Kathy into a large disagreement, and then they dragged me into it when Kathy assumed I was just a guppy and not a better duelist than her. Cheerleader? Timmy blinked, thinking Rio as a cheerleader, over which he blushes. Whoa, you would look real cute as a cheerleader. Hearing that, Rio paused and blushed a bit. Oh, you think so? Oh yeah. Timmy answered before they arrived at a small home which he looked. So this is where you live? He then blinked, seeing 2 large trash bags seeming to contain only used cup ramen cups. You and Shark don't eat only ramen, do you? Reginald only eats it, that's why I got things for him. Rio explained with a sigh. His bike is here though. Reginald. Shark, who was inside doing things, jumped from her voice, turning around seeing Rio walking in with Timmy with groceries. Rio. You're back, you took a while. I met up with Timmy, he'll be joining us for dinner. Rio mentioned. That is fine with you, right? Huh? Yeah, sure. Shark admitted over shrugging before noticing the bags of groceries. Oh, so you went shopping, that's why you were gone for a while. Suddenly looking annoyed, he takes a bag, digging in. Hey Shark, don't dig in. Timmy tries to say but was only ignored. Shark then made a disguised face, turning to his sister. How many times do I have to say, Rio, I hate green peppers? You'll eat them and that's all there is to it, Reginald. Rio told him. Timmy, do you mind helping me make us dinner? And make sure to give Reginald a nice serving of green peppers too. Sure. Timmy felt a little awkward from the sibling bickering, since he, Kite, and Hart don't bicker like that, while usually seeing Anna and Alan sometimes bicker themselves. Sorry, siblings bickering is something new to me. You're lucky, you don't have Rio for a sister. Shark frowned. I don't know, I think I wouldn't mind. She would make sure I'm healthy and all, even if I don't like em. Timmy admitted over. If you don't eat your nutrition, your growth would stunt. Shark glared at him, but Rio smiled. Exactly, you're right, Timmy. Yeah, whatever. Defeated, he lost the talk. Shark turned back to his business, which was adjusting his deck. So what do you have in mind, Rio? Timmy asked her. A vegetable stew. Rio smiled. Do you like those? Yeah, I do. Good for you, and easy to make. Timmy answered with a smile. And even easier when we work on it together. Rio smiled before pausing. Timmy? Can I ask you something? Huh, yeah, of course you can. Timmy answered, turning to her. What is it, Rio? Well, did you ever cook with your grandma back in your world? Rio asked him gently. Well, yeah, a hobby of me, and hers is watching cooking shows. Timmy answered as he recalls it over. She told me before, she wants me to be ready to look after myself if I decide to move out one day to pursue my own path. I didn't intend to move out ever though, as long as I can be with her that's all I care for, but we didn't think that my parents poison her would happen. Rio frowned and embraced him. I'm sorry. Timmy softly hugs her back, smiling. It's okay, Rio. It feels nice to do it again after so long. She smiled as they continued cooking together. After about 1 hour they finished the stew, making bowls over with Timmy adding some bread with the bowls before Rio called. Reginald, it's all ready. Great, and let me guess you filled mine with green peppers just to spite me, he asked, rolling his eyes. You probably won't notice. Timmy tries saying to assure. Reginald just rolled his eyes at that as Rio gently took Timmy's hand with a small smile. Meanwhile, at Yuma's house. Yuma was busy in his attic looking over his cards with Astral nearby. From the big fight earlier, Astral couldn't help but feel concerned about it, wondering if they should do something about it. I am concerned about what happened earlier today, Yuma. Astral admitted. Meh, the closer the friends, the bigger the battles. Don't worry, by tomorrow, they'll move on and make up. Yuma assures him. I hope you're right. Astral frowned. The next day. Torai was walking into class with a smile. See you. Suddenly the door opened as she saw Kathy, and the two of them huffed and looked away from each other. They walked as Yuma had a dull look watching from this. Sometime later he was walking with Bronk while said guy was eating a small bagel, only they encounter Caswell and Flip. They stared before huffing, turning away like before, which Yuma looked worried over from this. By himself, Yuma sees Rio walking by herself and ran over. "Hey Rio. Did you need something, Yuma?" she asked, turning to him. "Well, everyone else is still pretty mad about yesterday," Yuma admitted. "Still?" she asked, hearing that before frowning. "We don't have time for such a pointless argument, just have them both be cheerleaders then, we need to get the numbers before the Barians, Yuma." "But they don't want to listen." "I care more to have them be friends first and foremost." "Yeah, I know what you mean," Ray admitted, popping up out of nowhere. "I can't help but feel this might be my fault though." "Ah!" Yuma cried out, startled before taking a breath from this, and glared at Ray. "Stop doing that. Some people have limits to how many times you jump scare them." "Sorry, Yuma." Ray apologized before grinning. "Oh, I know, a duel might cheer you up, what do you say?" Sorry, I'm over it now." Still feeling bummed, Yuma shrugged. "Sounds like you need some help," a voice spoke from behind him. Shocked, the three of them turned to see Jirag. "Huh, who are you?" Yuma asked. "My name is Jirag, and I'm a friend. I in fact have an idea how you can help them out." Jirag grinned over as they stared. Later, at a small riverside, Jirag suggested over for them what he thinks, a small competition duel like a sports duels with each other as a way for everyone to get over their frustrations. "A sports duel?" Yuma asked, hearing that. "Yeah, you want your friends to stop fighting, right?" Jirag pointed out with a smile. "If you make them duel as a team, they'll have to work together, and that can help them become friends again." "Hey, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Yuma." Ray agreed, smiling. "If they duel, then new memories will be made, and they'll be friends again." "Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?" Yuma also looked to be supporting this too. "But one thing you have to keep in mind." They looked to Jirag, who looked serious. "You have to compete too, and when you reach the finals, you need to let the other guys win." "Wait a second, who would even compete in these duels?" Rio pointed out. "Yuma, have you even thought about who your partner would be if Kathy and Tori are dueling together?" "Oh, no worries about that. I know the perfect partner." Yuma, despite having questions why he has to lose on purpose, answers Rio's question. "Your brother." "Reginald?" Rio asked, shocked. "That would be something to see. I kinda thought you picked Timmy." "Tim is a great duelist, but I aim to duel him first before a match with him," Yuma explained to Ray before blinking, turning to Rio. "Actually, speaking him of mind asking him and Anna if they can come too? We're all friends together, and they shouldn't be left out." "I can ask, but I don't know if they'll be able to help out. Anna's spending some time with Alan, and Timmy was helping Hart with his cards today," Rio answered. Jirag was watching with a slight smirk. "Timmy might get involved, but this is probably the one duel that Timmy won't be butting into. This is all coming together perfectly." Later, "You look pretty confident." Alito is shirtless doing some push-ups covered in sweat while Jirag is watching Scarlett while writing some things for the event tomorrow. "Of course, this latest plan of mine is guaranteed to get Yuma's numbers, which reminds me, why didn't you get them when you won, or did you have other things on your mind besides our mission?" Jirag asked while still watching the TV. "Didn't know the guy who was stopping me was Yuma himself," Alito admitted over to him as he raised up, punching the air. "I'm not one to change conditions mid-duel, so I just went along with it. But keep in mind, Jirag, I will be the one who will beat Yuma for good. Of course, you've proven you can beat him once, though he's not the real threat, it's that kid Timmy." Jirag frowned. "And if she finds Yuma, that could be a big problem." "You said you have the perfect plan where even if he does show up, he won't be a problem," Alito pointed out. "I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about the escapee. If she found Yuma, we're all in trouble," Jirag mentioned with a frown. "Well, I haven't seen her yet," Alito said, taking a drink from a water bottle. "Maybe she'll turn up in this?" "Maybe." Jirag nodded. "We'll find out soon." The next day. "Alright everyone, thank you all for coming. At the school courtyard was Jirag, Ray, and Yuma alongside Caswell, Bronk, Flip, Kathy, and Tori alongside Rio, Shark, Anna, and Timmy all together. Rio had asked Anna and Timmy if they want to join, which they don't see no harm in it as long as it helps everyone. Welcome to first annual Friendship Games. Jirag announced with a smile over with a banner above him saying Friendship Games. Don't see the point of this. Bronk said with crossed arms, still looking upset. I'd rather just find someplace else than with her. Kathy agreed, glaring at Tori, who glared back. Remember to do your best, and good luck everyone. Yuma added with a smile. Look, let's just all try, okay? Ray suggested over with a small smile. When we all do this, we're all gonna walk away happy. I'll be happy when this is over. Shark frowned. How long is this going to be? Okay, now pay attention for the rules. Jirag voiced over to them. All of you made into teams of 2, and the goal is earning points by winning duels. Whenever you win a duel, you earn 10 points, and you all duel each other to have the most points. The 2 teams having the most points will advance to the finals. And as an extra bonus, you're also competing on special duel fields, sports themed, where you and your monsters will play what sport is represented while you duel. Question? Timmy raised his hand so he can better understand what that means. Yeah, what is it, Timmy? Yuma asked with a smile. So I understand the field part better. If we're on a soccer field, we play soccer with our monsters while dueling at the same time? Timmy asked. That's right, of course it's all in good fun. Jirag smiled. Timmy nodded before Jirag then raised some cards. Now I have the teams pick. First would be Shark and Yuma. All right. Yuma grinned while Shark frowned. Next is Flip and Caswell. The 2 looked at each other before shrugging. Then we have Kathy and Tori. Jirag added over. Absolutely not, I'm not working with that wannabe duelist. Kathy hissed. The feeling's mutual, that feline freak is the last person I'd ever partner with. Tori pointed out as they glared at each other. Just try and work it out. The 2 huffed, turning away, which Jirag sighed. Now next will be Bronk and Rio, and after that is Anna and Tim Dash. Hang on a second. Timmy interjected, raising his hand. Everyone turned to Timmy at that. What is it, Timmy? Yuma asked curiously. Sorry, but I think I should sit this one out. Timmy admitted over to them. Huh, but why? Ray asked, frowning. This is supposed to be for us all to have fun as friends. Well, it's just, I think me being here is kinda unfair. I have Pendulum, which is something none of the others have. And Anna with Rio would make a great team, and I think I'd be in the way of it. Timmy explained over to them. Probably be better if I don't distract them while dueling. Girls? What you 2 think? Yuma looked to Anna and Rio when he heard that. They exchanged a glance before they smiled and walked over to both kiss Timmy. You're such a sweetheart. Anna smiled. That's fine with me, you'll be cheering though, right? Rio asked him. Timmy blushed a bit from this smiling and slowly nodded over. But who's teaming up with me then? Despite feeling upset that Rio's no longer on his team, Bronk is worried he won't be in a team without a partner. I'll team up with you, Bronk, when I'm not the announcer. Ray brought up, grinning to Bronk. Well, better than nothing, I guess. Bronk sighed. Well, okay, now that everything's figured out, let the Friendship Games begin. Jirag called. With that, a montage of duels happen around where every team duels each other on different fields, with a skydiving event with Flip, Caswell, Yuma, and Shark, which the last 2 win easily despite the severe altitude that the diving had. Then next is Ray and Bronk against Shark and Yuma on a volleyball field, which the 2 won again, as Ray wasn't that good of a duelist while Bronk was forced to carry his weight before it changes to where on a tennis location both Kathy and Tori argue a bit while facing Flip and Caswell from loss of ball to colliding into each other, then Rio and Anna trying their hand on a wrestling field against Shark and Yuma, which despite the hard match the boys won well. At the time before the finals, the results are as followed. Yuma and Shark, 500. Ray and Bronk, 200. Rio and Anna, 300. Caswell and Flip, 200. Kathy and Tori, 0. And for the tiebreaker. The last match was Yuma and Shark against Kathy and Tori, which they won hard, which given Shark and Yuma another 100 points. Alright, we are looking well ahead for the finals. Jirag announced to the exhausted duelists. Yuma smiled, looking and turning to Shark. So, it's you and me against Rio and Anna. That'll be a good match. Oof. You know. Yuma and Ray turned over where Caswell, Flip, and Bronx started talking, with the latter admitting. Despite this being harder than it looks, I'm having fun. I know, Tori, and I shouldn't have said anything. You're really helping out a lot, and even if we haven't won, it's been fun. Kathy agreed. Yeah, in the end, this makes you forget why we're all mad. Caswell agreed, smiling over. Kathy and Tori looked over at each other and smiled over before Tori brought up for her. Kathy, I'm sorry I acted that way. I'm just trying to be a good duelist with Timmy helping me out. I know, Tori, and I shouldn't have said anything. You're really helping out a lot, and even if we haven't won, it's been fun. Kathy agreed. Hey, looks like his idea is working. Ray grinned to Yuma as they overhear. Yeah, it sure does, which means it's time for the final duel. Yuma smiled. And everyone pay attention for the final round. They looked over to Jirag, who announces. First team will be Yuma and Shark. No surprises there. Bronx smiled. And the second team is Tori and Kathy. That's where the surprises came in. Huh, us? Kathy asked, hearing that. We're in last place though. Yeah, shouldn't it be Anna and Rio? Tori agreed. Did I forget to mention that a team that is at least 200 points behind of everyone else earns a bonus of 500 points? Jirag asked, grinning over, gesturing that the two has no points and are behind of 200 points by every other team. His original bonus plan was an all-girls team to receive the bonus of 500 points, but from Timmy speaking up earlier by dropping out, and Anna and Rio being a team together, made him think over a logical way of giving the duelists he want to be against Yuma with to give the bonus to, which he figures this be close enough. So Kathy and Tori are tied with Yuma and Shark? I guess that means we get an immediate rematch. Bronk noticed. Now, before we begin with the team who earned the bonus, please come with me? Jirag requested over. I have a prize for the bonus to give. Curious, the two girls nodded, following him as Astral frowned slightly. This seems very peculiar. Do competitions normally reward the team in last place? He inquired. Just let it happen, Astral. As long as it makes them happy, it's all that matters, right? Yuma asked him. I suppose so, he nodded. Jirag meanwhile was in a classroom alone with Tori and Kathy, his back turned to them, being certain they're alone. What is the prize? Kathy asked. Jirag smirked over. Oh, a special card. This one. He reveals Barion's force as it glowed bright over the two of them. They both cried out as the card took over their minds. Now, girls? What do you fight for? For Barian World, they answered blankly. A little bit later, everyone was ready on the courtyard as Ray was readying with a grin. And now, everyone, we are here for the final match of the Friendship Games. May we present the teams? First we have Tori Meadows and Kathy Catherine. He gestured his arm to the girls. They were standing together looking confident. And now on the other we have Yuma Tsukumo and Reginald Sharkcastle. Ray gestured his other arm over. Yeah, we're gonna knock your block off. Yuma grinned over, eager to duel. No, you can't. Yuma blinked to Jirag, who whispered. Remember, you have to lose so they be happy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that, but they look happy now. Yuma pointed out quietly. Jirag shrugged over. Just remember what you need to do. Now Shark, you dash. He turned but sees Shark's gone. Stunned, Jirag quickly looked around. Hey! Where's Shark? Hearing that, everyone looked around. Typical Reginald. Rio sighed. Rio? Something like this isn't his thing. he dropped out cause he probably found this boring. Rio explained to them. Nobody likes a quitter. Yuma pouted from this while Jirag looks about to panic from this before the boy turned to Jirag. Well, guess you'll be my partner. Wah me. Hey, hang on, I don't dash. Hang on a sec. They looked, seeing Timmy raising from his seat. I'll duel with you, Yuma. This surprised them as he jumped down and walked over to him. You sure, Timmy? Yuma asked before grinning. Sweet, I've wanted to duel with you for a while. Jirag meanwhile widened his eyes. Not good, if Timmy duels with Yuma this whole plan could fall apart, but what other choice do I have? Then again, maybe those girls can take them both out. Yuma is going to lose on purpose. Well, that's fine with me. Timmy nodded over from this as Ray called. And now let us settle this on the baseball field. At that he raised a card as they appear in a baseball-like stadium. Baseball field. Field spell card. While this card is on the field, all players must duel while playing baseball. That's new. Timmy notices they're wearing jerseys with his, and Yuma's orange while Kathy and Tori's is pink. Oh, and Tim? Said boy looked over as Yuma knelt down. We got to lose this one. Huh? Lose on purpose, why? Timmy is quite confused hearing that. Well, it's to make them more happy when they win. Yuma admitted over to him. Timmy frowned from this. Well, I get what you mean, Yuma, but losing on purpose isn't something I can do easily. I can try holding back. I get it, Timmy, but at least try for their sake, okay? Yuma asked. He nodded as they readied over before Ray announced over. Alright, if both teams are ready, let's begin the hardball. Now. Duel. Dueling theme, the hunted by hyperdose. Yuma and Timmy, 8,000. Hands, both, 5. Field, nothing. Tori and Kathy, 8,000. Hands, both, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Hey Tori, Kathy, good luck. Timmy called for the girls. Same to you. Tori smiled. Yuma first turn. Okay, I'll go first for us. Yuma grinned, shaking his hand. Yuma, are you seriously gonna lose this duel? Astral asked Yuma if he's really sure about this type of odd strategy. Yeah, I'm sure, it's needed for them to make up. Yuma confirmed, checking his hand. I got to summon something weak, here. Grabbing a card, he placed it on the field. Okay, let's go with Flelf. At that, a small elf warrior having a small rapier and a large blue cape rose up. Attack position. Flelf. Wind. Level 2. Spellcaster / effect. ATK, 800. FEF, 1200. Once per turn, you can reveal one monster in your hand. Increase the level of this card by the level of that monster until the end phase. Huh, Flelf? Why would Yuma summon such a weak monster? Flip asked, seeing that. Now I place 2 cards down. Your turn now, girls. Yuma ended his turn simple. Yuma's hand, 2/field with Timmy and Flelf, attack position, 2 set cards. Kathy first turn. Then it's my turn. I draw. Kathy drew over, checking her drawn card before then placing it on the field. I summon stray cat. At that, a white cat with a box in front of it appeared on the field while its backside is shown to the boys. Attack position. Stray cat. Earth. Level 1. Beast / effect. ATK, 100. Def, 300. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 cat monster from your hand in attack position. You can only use this effect of stray cat per turn. While this card is in face-up attack position, your opponent cannot target other cat monsters you control for attacks. Since stray cat is summoned, I can summon another cat from my hand in attack position. Kathy takes a second card, placing it on the field. So I summon stray cat girl. At that a small Nico-like girl wearing a yellow raincoat and an umbrella rose beside stray cat meowing softly. Attack position. Stray cat girl. Earth. Level 4. Beast/effect. ATK, 600. Def, 1500. Cannot be destroyed by battle while in attack position. You can target one other cat monster you control that's a different level than this card, reveal one cat monster in your hand, and if you do, the levels of both this card and the targeted monster become the same level as the revealed monsters. You can only activate this effect of Stray Cat Girl per turn. Her monsters are too weak. Jirag frowned. And I use Stray Cat Girl's ability. It glowed as Kathy reveals a flip monster, Dark Cat with white tail. By revealing this cat from my hand, both of my felines levels share the same level as it. The two cats glowed over from this. Stray Cat Girl, LV, for -2 is equal to 2. Stray Cat, LV, 1 + 1 is equal to 2. 2 level 2 monsters? Yuma asked. But Cat, your XYZ monsters aren't rank 2. No, she has a rank 2 monster, Yuma. Timmy corrected, much to Yuma's confusion. There was an XYZ that me and Anna seen her used before that I given back to her recently, that's tamed now. And now with these level 2 cats, I build the overlay network. Kathy declared as the two flew into the overlay network which materialized the monster. Cats are pulling the strings over the puppets. Now when the puppet master appears we can see the kind of strings pulling. XYZ summon. Come out, number 29, Mannequin Cat. At that a puppet piece appeared before unfolding into Mannequin Cat, readying over, staring ahead at Timmy and Yuma. Attack position. Number 29, Mannequin Cat. Light. Rank 2. Beast effect XYZ. ATK, 2000. Def, 900. 2 level 2 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one monster in your opponent's GY, special summon it to your opponent's field. If a monster's is special summoned to your opponent's field, while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon one monster with the same type or attribute from your hand, deck, or GY. You can only use this effect of number 29, Mannequin Cat, once per turn. Oru, 2. Yuma's eyes widened in shock seeing it. Yeah, that's the number that me and Anna seen her with. It's okay now cause Archive manages to keep it under control. Timmy told over to Yuma. I place one card down and end my turn. Kathy ended her turn. Kathy's hand, 2/field with Tori, number 29, Mannequin Cat, attack position /ORU, 2. 1 set card. Timmy first turn. Okay, my turn. I draw. Timmy drew, checking over what to do. Remember Timmy, we need to lose. Yuma whispered. Timmy nodded, checking over what to do to have that happen. Soon figuring a strategy, he nods before then calling. Alright, I start by summoning Dragon Archiver, Astuzel. Astuzel moved readying up beside Flelf. Attack position. Dragon Archiver, Astuzel. Dark. Level 4. Pendulum scale, 6. Dragon Pendulum effect. ATK, 1400. Def, 1100. Pendulum effect, Dragon Archiver, monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a Dragon Archiver monster, you can destroy one spell/trap they control. Monster effect, during the end phase, banish one card from your opponent's GY. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target one level 4 or higher monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver, Astuzel, once per turn. Then I set 2 cards down and end my turn. Timmy ends his turn simple like Yuma. Which means at the end of the turn Astuzel's mandatory effect would banish a card from your graveyard, girls, but since you don't have cards there yet, that's skipped. Timmy's hand, 3/field with Yuma, Dragon Archiver, Ustuzal, attack position, Fluff, attack position, for set cards. Torai first turn. Then it's my move. Torai mentioned drawing a card as her eyes and Kathy's eyes glowed slightly. I activate the field spell Rika Kankan. Field zone. Rika Kankan. Field spell card. If you control a Rika monster, you can set one Rika spell/trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except plant monsters. You can only use this effect of Rika Kankan once per turn. Once per turn, if you attribute a plant monster you control to activate a Rika card or effect, you contribute any one face-up monster your opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Timmy, something's wrong. Number Archive spoke suddenly. Huh, something's wrong? Timmy asked, confused. I agree with Archive, something is gonna happen. Astral agreed over to Yuma. I activate the effect of Snowdrop the Rika Fairy in my hand. I contribute a plant monster to summon her and another plant from my hand, but with Rika Kankan in play I contribute one of your monsters instead. I tribute Dragon Archiver, Ustuzal to summon Snowdrop the Rika Fairy and Rika Petal. Torai called as Timmy's monster vanished. Attack position. Rika Petal. Water. Level 1. Plant/effect. ATK, 0. Def, 0. During your main phase, you can take one Rika monster from your deck, except Rika Petal, and either add it to your hand or send it to the GY. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except plant monsters. During your opponent's end phase, while this card is in your GY, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are plant monsters, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Rika Petal once per turn. Attack position. Snowdrop the Rika Fairy. Water. Level 8. Plant/effect. ATK, 1200. Def, 2600. You contribute one plant monster, special summon both this card and one other plant monster from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except plant monsters. You can target one plant monster you control. All plant monsters you currently control become that monster's level until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Snowdrop the Rika Fairy once per turn. Timmy grunted over seeing this as the two appeared smiling over while standing alongside Mannequin Cat. Now I use Snowdrop's ability to make all my plant monsters the same level. Torai continued. Rika Petal, LV, 1 + 7 is equal to 8. Now, I overlay level 8 Rika Petal and Snowdrop the Rika Fairy. The two blowed right charging into the overlay network. I XYZ summon, Teardrop the Rika Queen. Torai called. Attack position. Teardrop the Rika Queen. Water. Rank 8. Plant XYZ effect. ATK, 2800. Def, 2800. 2 level 8 monsters. You can detach one material from this card, then target one monster on the field, tribute it. This is a quick effect if this card has a plant monster as material. You can only use this effect of Teardrop the Rika Queen once per turn. Each time a monster's is tribute, this card gains 200 ATK for each, until the end of this turn. Oru, 2. Tori's ace rose up readying beside Mannequin Cat over. In her duel with Carlisle it can use an overlay unit to tribute a monster, and with a plant monster it can be activated at any time. It also gains 200 points for each until the end of the turn. Astral recalled what it can do over to Yuma. Mannequin Cat attack Fluff. Torai called. Mannequin Cat charged in over at Fluff as Yuma almost moved to activate his set card but held back, which allowed Mannequin Cat to land a heavy strike on Fluff, destroying it while Yuma and Timmy stumbled. Yuma and Timmy, 6800/hands, Yuma, 2/Timmy, 3. Teardrop the Rika Queen attacked them directly. Torai declared. Teardrop charged in over, attacking them, making them cry out from the attack. Yuma and Timmy, 4000/hands, Yuma, 2/Timmy, 3. Tori's eyes glowed again. I set this face down and end my turn. Tori's hand, 2/field with Kathy, Rikakankan, field zone, number 29, mannequin cat, attack position /ORU, 2, teardrop the Rika queen, attack position /OTK, 2 set cards. Yuma and Timmy, 4000. Hands, Yuma. 2/Timmy, 3. Field, 4 set cards. Tori and Kathy, 8000. Hands, both, 2. Field, Rikakankan, field zone, number 29, mannequin cat, attack position /ORU, 2, teardrop the Rika queen, attack position /OTK, 2 set cards. Yuma's second turn. Yuma, something is definitely not right. You should probably forget letting them win. Astral having a bad feeling suggested over to Yuma. I can't do that, Astral. If I don't let them win, then they won't feel better. Yuma deflected that off before checking over. Okay, let's try this one. I'll summon this monster in defense position. He sets a monster as he said that. That's right, Yuma, let your friends win the duel. Jirag thought with a smirk. And I end my turn. Yuma's hand, 2/field, 1 set card, 4 set cards. Kathy's second turn. Then it's my turn. I draw. Kathy drew, raising her drawn card so she sees her only for her eyes to glow with the card. Ha! Timmy blinked seeing that. I have a very bad feeling. Astral frowned. I activate the face down, rank up Magic Barion's force. Kathy, with the Barian emblem appearing on her head, revealed the set card Tori had set to everyone's shock, the Barian spell. Rank up Magic Barion's force. Normal spell card. Target 1 face-up XYZ monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, 1 number C or CXYZ monster with the same type as that monster you control but 1 rank higher, by using it as the XYZ material. This special summon is treated as an XYZ summon. XYZ materials attached to it also become XYZ materials on the summoned monster. Then, if possible, detach 1 XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to the summoned monster as an XYZ material. With this card, I can chaosify Mannequin Cat and summon a chaos number. Kathy declared as Mannequin Cat glowed chaotic pink, flying into the overlay network. Go Chaos XYZ Evolution. Puppet Strings. Now reform into the shape of chaos, governing over the souls of the 5th. Chaos XYZ change. Chaos number 29, Marionette Cat. Raising was a small puppet shelf before it unfolded, revealing the new monster, showing Mannequin Cat in a new form. Its main outfit is still there but presented with chaos energy tendrils, and has black skin with yellow eyes reminiscent of a black cat, while also having its socks and gloves the same as its dress. She also has cat fangs, and a purple 29 on its leg, while also having claws on her hands, yowling. Attack position. Gains effect. Number C29, Marionette Cat. Light. Rank 3. Beast effect XYZ. ATK, 2400. Def, 1000. 3 level 3 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle except with a number monster. Once per turn, during the main phase, you can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 monster on the field, special summon 1 monster from either player's deck that's the same type or attribute as that monster but negate its effects until the end phase. If this card has number 29 Mannequin Cat as material, it gains this effect. When your opponent special summons a monsters while you control a monsters with the same type or attribute as that monster, you can target that monster, take control of that target but lower its ATK by 1000. You can only control 1 monster that you take in control at a time with this effect. Oru, 3. What the? Yuma cried in shock. And now I activate my face down, Swamp Mirrorer. Kathy activated her face down. Face up. Swamp Mirrorer. Continuous trap card. Activate this card by declaring 1 monster type and 1 attribute. Special summon this card as a normal monster, level 4/ATK 1800/Def 1000, with that type and attribute. This card is also still a trap. With this card, I can summon it as a monster with a monster type, I declare. Kathy explained over. I declare Light and Dragon. At that, a small muddy person appeared before forming into a small dragon with white light scales and golden eyes growling. Swamp Mirrorer. Attack position /light /LV4 dragon normal /ATK 1800 def 1000. Then I activate Marionette Cat's effect. Kathy added as Marionette Cat takes a unit. Marionette Cat, ORU, 3/2. It uses a Chaos Overlay unit to summon a monster from either our decks that's the same attribute or type as a monster on my field. Kathy explained over to everyone. Oh man, not good. Yuma panicked. Marionette Cat charges up, pulling strings at Timmy's deck before pulling over a form onto Kathy's field, revealing Yggdrasil. Attack position. Effects negated. Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil. Wind. Level 4. Pendulum Scale, 7. Dragon Pendulum Effect. ATK, 1500. Def, 800. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster, you can change the effect to where it's as if you activated that effect instead. Monster Effect, at the start of your battle phase. Target one monster you control, that monster gains 1000 ATK until the end of the battle phase. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver monster from your deck to either player's field in defense position. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil once per turn. This is really bad. Caswell panicked. Where did they get Barion's force anyway? And now battle. Kathy started. Before that, Timmy interrupted. Yggdrasil's mandatory effect now activates, which gives one monster on your field 1000 more attack points until the battle phase ends. Marionette Cat negates the abilities of the monster it summons until the end phase. Kathy told him. Even so, the effect still activates. Timmy said before calling. But now I can use this card. No reason to hold back now. I activate my face down, Studying of the Archives. Face up. Studying of the Archives. Continuous Trap card. Activate this card when your opponent activates a Dragon Archiver monster's effect. All monsters on the field that are special summoned using a Dragon Archiver monster as material, or that are ritual summoned by tributing a Dragon Archiver monster, are treated as Dragon Archiver monsters. Once per turn, if a player activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster except to activate this card, their opponent can draw one card, and if that card is a spell/trap card, they can add that card to their hand, otherwise send that card to the GY. I can use it if you activate a Dragon Archiver's monster effect. Now while on the field, if a monster is summoned using a Dragon Archiver, they become Dragon Archivers. Timmy explained over to them. Pointless. Kathy called before then declaring. Marionette Cat attack. Marionette car readies over before charging at them. Before the attack, Teardrop activates its ability. Teardrop takes a unit over as Yuma's set monster glowed. I use an overlay unit to tribute your set monster, and as it done so, Teardrop also gains 200 ATK. Teardrop the Rika Queen, ORU, 2/1/ATK, 2800 plus 200 is equal to 3000. Yuma also not having a reason to hold back anymore himself while Marionette Cat charges at them called. I activate the Trap Defense Draw. Defense Draw. Normal Trap card. During your opponent's turn, at damage calculation, make the battle damage you take from this battle 0, and if you do, draw one card. Thanks to this we take no damage from this battle. Yuma called as Marionette Cat struck a barrier before flying back. Then I draw one card. Not enough. Teardrop attacked them directly. Teardrop charges in over at them, which Yuma added over while drawing. Go half unbreak. Half unbreak. Normal trap card. Target one monster on the field. This turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, also any battle damage you take from attacks involving that monster is halved. Teardrop the Rika Queen, cannot be destroyed by battle / all battle damage Yuma and Timmy takes is halved. So now for the rest of the turn, Teardrop isn't destroyed, and all damage we take from it is halved. Teardrop swung her folded umbrella, which the two called out, landing a few feet behind Yuma and Timmy, 2500/hands, both, 3. This is bad. Bronk frowned. Timmy! Anna cried in horror, seeing the field. Swamp Mirror attacked them directly. The clone dragon growled, charging in as they looked before being tackled, crying out. Yuma and Timmy, 0700/hands, both, 3, and finally Yggdrasil finished them. Yggdrasil charged a wind orb, charging in which Timmy retaliated. Archiver Defense AC. Activate. Archiver Defense. Normal trap card. When a Dragon Archiver monster declares an attack, negate that attack, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. During your main phase, except the turn this card is sent to the GY, you can banish this card from your GY, and one Dragon Archiver monster on both players' fields, draw 2 cards. You can only activate this effect of Archiver Defense once per turn. When a Dragon Archiver attacks, this card cancels the attack. Yggdrasil backed off from that beside Marionette Cat. Timmy then added some more spice. Then when that happens, you two take 1000 points of damage. Yggdrasil turned over, blasting the two with lightning, causing them to cry out. Tori and Kathy, 7000/hands, Tori, 2/Kathy, 3. They survived, but how can they turn this around now? Flip panicked. Even if they summon a strong monster, Tori will just sacrifice it. Kathy shakes her head before setting 2 cards. I end my turn. Kathy's hand. 1/field with Tori, Rikakankan, field zone, number C29, Marionette Cat, attack position /ORU, 2, Teardrop the Rika Queen, attack position /OTK, 1, Swamp Mirrorer, attack position /light /LV4 dragon /ADK, 1800 def, 1000, Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil, attack position, 2 set cards. Timmy's second turn. Timmy slowly gets up, taking a breath to take his turn. Tim, are you okay? Yuma asked him. Yeah, a little shaky but fine. Timmy added before calling. Okay, I draw. He drew, checking before calling. And I start with Archiving Bookshelf. Archiving Bookshelf. Normal spell card. Add 1 Dragon Archiver monster or 1 spell/trap that lists Dragon Archiver in its text from your deck to your hand. If you do, you can target 1 Dragon Archiver monster you control, give control of that target to your opponent. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the GY, you can banish this card from your GY. Target 1 Dragon Archiver monster your opponent controls, take control of that target. You can only activate 1 Archiving Bookshelf once per turn. I take 1 Dragon Archiver or a spell or trap card that says it in its text to my hand. Timmy searches his deck and adds it, checking over. Then I summon Dragon Archiver Dingernell. Dingernell rose up from this readying. Attack position. Dragon Archiver Dingernell. Wind. Level 4. Pendulum Scale, 2. Dragon Pendulum Effect. ATK, 1500. Def, 1100. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Once per turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster you control is targeted by an opponent's card effect, you can negate the activation. Monster Effect, at the end of the battle phase, if an opponent's monster was destroyed by battle this turn, gain 1000 LP. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card they currently control. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Dingernell once per turn. Play whatever you want, this duel is as good as over. Jirag thought. Then I activate Overlaying Archive. Timmy added over. Overlaying Archive. Normal spell card. Target any number of Dragon Archiver monsters on either side of the field with the same level, and if you do, immediately after this card resolves, XYZ summon 1 Dragon XYZ monster using only those monsters. During your main phase, you can banish this card, and one monster from your GY, target one face-up XYZ monster you control, and one level 5 or higher monster you control. That XYZ monster's rank becomes equal to the level of that level 5 or higher monster, until the end of this turn. Then this turn, you can use it as an XYZ material for an XYZ summon using its rank as if it were a level. You can only activate each effect of Overlaying Archive once per turn. I take any kinds of Dragon Archivers on the field, and XYZ summon using them. Timmy called over for them. That's good. Yuma smiled. It would've. They looked at Kathy, who called. I use Teardrop's effect a second time. Teardrop takes an overlay unit from this. Ricka Glamour. At that vines wrapped around Dingernell before attributed down, which made Overlaying Archives effect resolve without doing anything now. Teardrop the Ricka Queen, ORU 10/ATK, 2800 plus 200 is equal to 3000. Not good. Bronk frowned. Timmy frowned, checking before grabbing a card. Then I use Archive Draw. Archive Draw. Normal spell card. If you control no special summon monsters, draw one card equal to the number of special summon monsters your opponent controls, and if you do, for the rest of the turn after this effect resolves, you cannot summon any monsters except dragon monsters. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your GY, special summon one Dragon Archiver monster from your hand to your opponent's field, and if it is unaffected to spell/trap effects. You can only activate one Archive Draw once per turn. With no special summon monsters on the field, I can draw a card for every special summon monster on your field as long as I summon only dragons this turn. Timmy drew 4 cards as he said that, checking over he nodded. And I set the pendulum scale with scale 9 Dragon Archiver, Winkalton, and scale 1, Dragon Archiver, Kaitol. At that his light Dragon Archivers rose up readying over. Pendulum. Dragon Archiver, Kaitol. Light. Level 1. Pendulum scale, 3. Dragon effect Tuner Pendulum. ATK, 200. Def, 900. Pendulum effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a Dragon Archiver monster, you can target one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, destroy it. Monster effect, during the main phase if you activate a trap, activate this effect, target one other card you control, destroy it. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls, destroy them. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver, Kaitol, once per turn. Pendulum. Dragon Archiver, Winkalton. Light. Level 6. Pendulum scale, 9. Dragon effect Pendulum. ATK, 2200. Def, 2000. Pendulum effect. Negate activated effects that targets a Dragon Archiver monster on the field except Dragon Archiver monsters. When a Dragon Archiver monster is destroyed by battle, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Monster effect. When this card is normal or special summoned, you contribute this card, special summon 2 Dragon Archiver monsters from your extra deck or GY that are the same level in defense position, but negate their effects. If this card is used as material for a summon of a dragon monster, you can banish one card from both players' GYs. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Winkalton once per turn. He's barely holding on. Caswell frowned. Yuma, do something. Yuma grunted over not having anything to help Timmy right now. Dragon sorcerers built on the ancient archive. Grant us your boon on your wisdom. Pendulum summon. Come my monsters. The pendulum portal shot down 2 monsters. Come Dragon Archivers, Astuzel, and Dingernell. The 2 monsters that were tribute lowered down readying. Dragon Archiver, Dingernell, defense position. Dragon Archiver, Astuzel, defense position. Next I use Archiving Clone. Timmy next used another spell from his hand. Archiving Clone. Normal spell card. This card is always treated as a Dragon Archiver card. Target one Dragon Archiver monster on the field. Special summon this card as a normal monster with the same attribute and level as that monster. /LV/dragon/ATK0/def0. If this card is used as material for the summon of a dragon monster, that monster is treated as a dragon archiver monster while on the field. If a dragon monster's on the field should be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish this card from your GY instead. Thanks to this card, it becomes a clone of Yggdrasil. The spell blowed showing Yggdrasil on the field. Archiving clone, defense position /win/LV4/ATK0/def0. Then I used Dingernell and the clone to build the overlay network. Timmy called as the two glowed flying into the overlay network. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the treacherous fangs. And now the dragon that sleeps in the pitch-black darkness is ready to fight all those foolish enough to oppose it. XYZ Summon. Rank 4, Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Dark Rebellion shot up from behind Timmy flying over roaring. Attack position. Treated as a dragon archiver monster. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Dark. Rank 4. Dragon Effect XYZ. ATK, 2500. Def, 2000. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its ATK becomes half its current ATK, and if it does, this card gains that lost ATK. Oru, 2. Good, they're out of overlay units on Tori's monster. Rio noted. So Dark Rebellion won't get tribute. So any thoughts on seeing Pendulum and Timmy's XYZ Dragon for real? Anna softly asked, knowing this isn't the best time to ask but wanted to. It's impressive, I just hope it's enough. Rio answered. Meanwhile Jirag was staring quite impressed. From what he heard from Vector he was skeptical about Pendulum, but seeing this now he can understand how Timmy won against him. Not bad, but it's too little too late, he smirked. So you were waiting for Teardrop to use its overlay units so that you can summon it without it being tribute? Tori said as she stared before calling. But that came late. Late? 'Cause I use Marionette Cat's other effect. As long as Mannequin Cat is its overlay unit, whenever you summon a monster that is the same type or attribute as a monster on my field, I can take control of that monster by lowering its points by 1000. Kathy explained over as she gestures to Yggdrasil and Swamp Mirrorer, both sharing the dragon monster type. No way! Flip cried. They're going to lose. Marionette Cat raised its hands, attaching strings on Dark Rebellion as it growled, struggling. However, Timmy isn't done yet. Sorry, but the pendulum effect of Winkalton now kicks in. Effects that activate targeting a dragon archiver on the field are negated except other dragon archiver monsters. And thanks to studying earlier, monsters that are summoned using dragon archivers on the field count as dragon archivers. Winkalton charged gold light, disintegrating the strings off Dark Rebellion as it roared. What? Jirag questioned. Pendulum effect? So that's what Vector meant about this kid, he's a real pain in the neck. And as Dingernell was used to summon a dragon archiver, I can deal you 200 points of damage for every card you two have. Lightning from Dark Rebellion's wings fired, shocking the two. Tori and Kathy, 5400/hands, Tori, 2/Kathy, 1. Next one of Kaitol's pendulum effects allows all dragon archivers to gain 300 attack points. Kaitol charged light glowing on Astuzel, Dark Rebellion, and Yggdrasil. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, ATK, 2500 plus 300 is equal to 2800. Dragon Archiver, Astuzel, ATK, 1400 plus 300 is equal to 1700. Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil, ATK, 1500 plus 300 is equal to 1800. Now I activate Dark Rebellion's ability. Timmy added further as Dark Rebellion takes its 2 units. I use 2 overlay units to take half of Teardrop's points to its own. Treason Discharge. Dark Rebellion shot lightning from its wings at Tori's XYZ. Tori's monster weakened from the effect. Teardrop the Rika Queen, ATK, 3000 divided by 2 is equal to 1400. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, ATK, 2800 plus 1500 equals 4300 / ORU, 2-1-0. Next, Kaito's other pendulum effect. Timmy added. Since you two have a dragon archiver on your field, I can destroy a monster on your field. What? The two asked, surprised. Numbers may only be destroyed in battle by a number, but effects are otherwise. Timmy called as Kaito charged an attack. So goodbye, Marionette Cat. Kaito fired the orb, which struck Marionette Cat's chest as it yelled out, shattering. The moment Marionette Cat shattered, Kathy looked like she snapped out of something. Huh, what happened? Tori, however, didn't seem to react as much. Battle! Timmy called over. Dark Rebellion attacked Teardrop. Dark Rebellion roared, charging in at Teardrop over fast. Mauling mandible charge. Tori braced herself as her monster shattered. Tori and Kathy, 2600/hands, Tori, 2/Kathy, 1. Couldn't taken care of them this turn. Timmy knew he doesn't have anything else left. I end my turn. All he can do is end his turn by setting a card, as he only has Archiver Synchro in his hand. Timmy's hand, 1/field, Dragon Archiver, Winkalton, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver, Kaito, Pendulum, Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, Attack Position /ATK, 4300, Dragon Archiver, Ustuzal, Defense Position /ATK, 1700, Studying of the Archives, Face Up, 1 set card. Tori's second turn. Tori drew her card only to frown. I use XYZ Reborn to bring back Teardrop. XYZ Reborn. Normal trap card. Target one XYZ monster in your GY, special summon it, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. Teardrop the Rika Queen, attack position /ORU, 1. Teardrop rose up back again, readying over. Tori looked at her hand and smirked. You think you've won, but this duel is over, Timmy. I start by summoning Primula the Rika Fairy in attack position. Attack position. Primula the Rika Fairy. Water. Level 4. Plant / effect. ATK, 800. Def, 1800. If a monster you control is tribute, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can target up to 2 plant monsters you control, increase their levels by 2 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Primula the Rika Fairy once per turn. And then, I'll use the spell Rika Glamour. Rika Glamour. Normal spell card. When you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 plant monster, add 1 Rika monster from your deck to your hand, then, if you tribute a monster when you activated this card, add 1 plant monster, with the same original level as that Rika monster but a different name, from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Rika Glamour per turn. Normally when I play this I tribute a plant to add a Rika monster to my hand, but thanks to Rika Konkin's ability I can tribute Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon instead. Timmy blinked, turning as Dark Rebellion roared, vanishing. Tori added her card as the Barian emblem appeared on her forehead. Now, I reveal Rank Up Magic Barian's Force. A second copy of the spell appeared. I rebuild the overlay network with Teardrop the Rika Queen. Teardrop flew up into the overlay network. I XYZ summon, CXYZ Teardrop the Rika Empress. Emerging from the chaotic portal was Teardrop, but in a new form where her blue Chrysal-like dress is now black with blue ice-like crystals around as gems while having pink chaos energy around as linings. Her umbrella also is black-handled while also blue like its original one, but has a pink chaos gem on the top, and her hair is made in 2 ponytails with an ice jewel tiara on it with the gems glowing pink chaos energy, and her eyes are glowing blue with her iris purple. Attack position. CXYZ Teardrop the Rika Empress. Water. Rank 9. Plant effect XYZ. ATK, 3100. Def, 3100. 3 level 9 monsters. If a monster's is tribute, you can draw 1 card. If this card has Teardrop the Rika Queen as material, it gains these effects. Once per turn, during the battle phase, if an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, target the attacking monster, tribute that target, then this card gains 800 ATK until your opponent's next end phase. If this card has a plant monster as material, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Oru, 2. Now, Teardrop destroy his monster. Teardrop charged in ahead over attacking a Stuzzle which made it wince but wasn't destroyed, which Timmy called. By banishing Archiver Clone, a Stuzzle isn't destroyed. A Stuzzle looked over at that. Seeing that, Tori's eyes narrowed. Fine, I overlay Swamp Mirror and your Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil. The two monsters flew up and entered the overlay network. IXYZ summon, Rika Queen Strenna in defense position. Defense position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver. Rika Queen Strenna. Water. Rank 4. Plant XYZ effect. ATK, 2000. Def, 2000. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach one material from this card, then target one plant monster or Rika card in your GY, add it to your hand. If this card with XYZ material is tribute, you can special summon one rank 5 or higher plant XYZ monster from your extra deck or GY, then you can attach this card to it as material. You can only use each effect of Rika Queen Strenna once per turn. Oru, 2. That ends my turn. Tori's hand, 3/field with Kathy. CXYZ Teardrop the Rika Empress, attack position /ORU, 2, Rika Queen Strenna, defense position /treated as a Dragon Archiver /ORU, 2, Primula the Rika Fairy, attack position. Yuma and Timmy, 0700. Hands, Yuma, 3/Timmy, 1. Field, Dragon Archiver Winkleton, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver Kaitol, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver Astuzzle, defense position /ATK, 1700, studying of the archives, face up. Tori and Kathy, 2600. Hands, Tori, 3/Kathy, 1. Field, CXYZ Teardrop the Rika Empress, attack position /ORU, 2, Rika Queen Strenna, defense position /treated as a Dragon Archiver /ORU, 2, Primula the Rika Fairy, attack position. Yuma third turn. Astral. Yuma, to save the girls, you have to win this duel. Astral responded, which Yuma nodded, drawing. Okay, my turn. Yuma drew, checking over. This duel is as good as over. Jirag smirked, seeing that. This duel is as good as over. Jirag smirked, seeing that. Alright, I summon Gagaga Magician. Yuma summons his magician as it readied. Attack position. Gagaga Magician. Dark. Level 4. Spellcaster /effect. ATK, 1500. Def, 1000. Once per turn, you can declare a level from 1 to 8, this card becomes that level until the end of this turn. You can only control one Gagaga Magician. Cannot be used as a synchro material. And now I use Gagaga Magician and Dragon Archiver Astuzzle to build the overlay network. Yuma called as 2 flew into the overlay network. Carry hope on white wings. XYZ summon. Come forth, number 39. Rank 4, Messenger of Light, Utopia. Utopia's sealed form appeared before deforming into Utopia himself, readying for a brawl. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver monster. Number 39, Utopia. Light. Rank 4. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK, 2500. Def, 2000. 2 level 4 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. When a monster declares an attack, you can detach one material from this card, negate the attack. If this card is targeted for an attack, while it has no material, destroy this card. Oru, 2. There it is, Utopia. Bronk smiled. That just might be enough. Not by itself. I rebuild the overlay network with Utopia. Utopia reformed to its sealed form into the overlay network. Show yourself, the power of hope, the messenger that changes chaos into light. Chaos XYZ change. Chaos number 39, Utopia Ray. At that, what rose was Utopia Ray readying above the 2. Attack position. Number C39, Utopia Ray. Light. Rank 4. Warrior Effect XYZ. ATK, 2500. Def, 2000. 3 Level 4 Light Monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. You can also XYZ summon this card by using at number 39, Utopia you control as material. Transfer its materials to this card. You can detach one material from this card, it gains 580k until the end of this turn, and if it does, one monster your opponent controls loses 1080k until the end of this turn. You must have 1000 LP or less to activate and to resolve this effect. Oru, 3. Ray's eyes widened slightly seeing the monster. That could be trouble. Jirag frowned. Yuma, I hope you know what you're doing. Timmy admitted since the effective studying of the archives no longer applies to Utopia Ray. And now I use all its overlay units to activate its ability. Overlay charge. Utopia Ray raised its big sword charging up. It gains 500 points for every unit it takes, and Teardrop loses 1000 for each. Utopia Ray, ATK, 2500 plus, 500 by 3, equals 4000/ORU, 3 to 2 1 to 0. Teardrop, ATK, 3100, 1000 by 3, equals 100. And now Utopia Ray attacked Teardrop. Yuma called over as Utopia Ray charged at Teardrop. Rising Sun Chaos Slash. Utopia Ray charges readying to slash down on Teardrop. I use Teardrop the Rika Empress's ability. Torai called. I use one Chaos Overlay to tribute your attacking monster and Teardrop gains 800 attack points. What? Teardrop takes a unit as vines wrapped around Utopia Ray. Teardrop the Rika Empress, ORU, 2 to 1. Whoa Tori, you're good but too bad that won't go through. Yuma grinned over. 'Cause I have this. Forbidden Chalice. Forbidden Chalice. Quick play spell card. Target one face-up monster on the field, until the end of this turn, that target gains 480k, but its effects are negated. Teardrop gains 400 points but its effects are negated. What? Torai cried in shock. Teardrop the Rika Empress, ATK, 100 plus 400 equals 500/effects negated. Now go. Utopia Ray slashed down destroying Teardrop as Tori cried out as the Barian emblem shattered landing hard on the ground defeated. Yuma and Timmy, 0700. Hands, Yuma, 2/Timmy, 1. Field, Dragon Archiver, Winkleton, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver, Kajol, Pendulum, number C39, Utopia Ray, attack position /ATK, 4000, studying of the archives, face up. Torai and Kathy, 0000. Hands, Tori, 3/Kathy, 1. Field, Rika Queen Strenna, defense position /treated as a Dragon Archiver /ORU, 2, Primula the Rika Fairy, attack position. Yuma and Timmy wins. No way. How the heck did they pull that one off? Jirag frowned seeing that. Whoa. I didn't think we do that. Timmy admitted to Yuma seeing this. Huh, what happened? Torai blinked looking around. Why is everyone staring at me like that? Tori, you okay? Kathy knelt down beside her. I think so. What happened in the duel? I'm guessing we lost, she asked. Yeah, but you were using Barian's force. What? Torai cried in shock. Why would I use that card? I don't know, the last thing I remember was going into the classroom for our bonus prize. Kathy admitted. You two okay? Yuma and Timmy headed over to them with Yuma asking. I think so, sorry about what happened, are you two alright? Torai asked. Yeah, you two almost beaten us. Timmy admitted over. Are you alright? Anna asked running over to Timmy as Rio was walking over with her and she looked concerned. Timmy looked to them and softly smiled. I'll be fine, sorry for worrying you too. Well, everything worked out at least. Rio admitted. For now, but I think we should stick together just in case. Ray mentioned. Who knows what else might happen? Hearing that, they all nodded, for once agreeing with Ray. That wraps up this part of What If Dragon Deck User in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Thanks so much for listening. As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.